Oh, who are they? Who are those guys?
Wow, look at us, so milky white.
Why do I feel like I'm still on the same side, even though we switched sides? Even though I look way better now, like I wanted, I still feel like I'm on the other side. Like I'm sitting on this. Oh, cause it's a. Never mind.
I think it's mirrored.
Yeah, just forget I said anything. You know.
Well, we're going live with episode 235 of GameSpeak Podcast.
Wow.
Yo, and hello, and welcome to the 235th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube, so you can see us in stunning HD. Where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast, youtube.com/CreateForSanity, and facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. Also, be sure to join the community in the GameSpeak Podcast Discord at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. The show is two childhood BFFs and a brand new BFF, bringing you all things video games. I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Al-Jafra, alongside Brent Borderland Bass.
Borderland. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, and Devin's not here.
Yeah, excuse me for not looking at the camera and being super photogenic and personable. I just can't make Facebook work because I'm too fucking dumb, I guess. I don't know what's
going on with your Facebook over there, dude.
Well, I'm just trying to just some behind the scenes, trying to share the video, trying to, get it out to the masses here, but
you don't have a share button?
There's no button.
Go back.
I don't know what the fuck to do.
Welcome to GameSpeak, where we troubleshoot Facebook issues.
It's just old Zuckerberg's at it again here, making it hard on a brother.
Go to the group page.
Okay, I was trying to go to your page, right?
Yeah. Go to the group page.
Okay,
that's the way to go.
Okay,
and go down.
Oh, look at those guys! All right, now we're in there.
Thank you for tuning into Facebook troubleshooting.
All right, guys, I'm sorry I ruined the episode.
No, he did.
It's Brent. It's Jamel. We're back again with another stunning edition of GameSpeak Podcast. So this is what, 235? Holy crap!
Yep,
that's a lot of episodes, man.
Old, old, just like us. And Devin is not here today, so we look extra white for some reason. Devin typically does the camera work, so
he makes us look less white than you. He does some kind of filter.
Yeah, we look way less ghosty. Like we don't actually look like ghosts in real life, just so you're aware. But it is fitting for today's episode. It is October. It's spooky. Mm-hmm. We look like ghosts.
Spooky season.
So it works, yeah. And we got a spooky topic, but we'll get to that later. Brent, what have you been doing?
Oh man, I've been doing a lot of things, right? Most of it I'll talk about during currently playing, because honestly I've been playing a lot of games, which is great.
Yeah, definitely good for a game podcast.
But one thing that I will talk about in currently playing, but I'll elaborate more on in currently playing, but I'll talk about right now. I got a chance to play a PS5 this week.
Dude.
I got to see one in the flesh.
Do you own it?
No.
Oh.
Should I be so lucky? Actually, today I signed up for this tracker where it goes off if there's PS5s available, and today's the first time it's ever gone off on me, and I didn't have the money for it. But
dang.
But I know that it works now. So
what's the deal though? What rich person was just like, oh, I'll let this peasant touch my PS5? That's how I feel like the way you talk about it, it sounds like you were just blessed.
I was blessed. I consider myself blessed. And you have to see the whole setup because okay, I got to back it up a little bit. I went to Louisiana this week.
Oh, damn.
This week because my girlfriend's aunt died.
Oh, damn.
It was a sad thing, They're having a memorial. But we went up there and we stayed with her cousin, Timer, who's a lot of fun. But he's got an awesome gaming setup.
He's always running out of time. What is that? Hold on. So how do you spell that? Is that T-Y-M-E-R?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
Or T-H-Y?
I just know his name is Timer.
It's a cool name.
It's a very cool
I've
name.
never heard that name in my life before. That's dope.
He's a rapper, too, so it's like...
Okay, maybe that's his, like, his
No,
rapper
it's
name.
his real name. I'm pretty sure. Everybody calls him Timer, like even his family. I'm like 99%.
Watch his real name be like Steve. And like
I will feel like a complete dumbass if that's the case. But look,
okay, sorry.
Regardless... We were staying with Timer. He was gracious enough to let us stay at his house instead of pay for a shitty hotel in the area. You know, and I'm not saying the hotels would be shitty. I just don't want to pay for a nice hotel, so I would pay for one on the shittier end of the spectrum. Anyways, I didn't have to do that, thankfully, because of Timer.
Thanks
and
to
so
Timer.
we're staying at his house, and you know, he's like, "Hey man, you played the PS5 yet?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Check it out." And I go over there, and first of all, the PS5 is significantly bigger than I thought it was going to be.
It's like a PC tower.
It's about the same like height as a PC tower. I would say it's like literally like a half of a PC tower. You know, like if you put it side by side with mine, it's about like half the width and the whole height of my PC tower.
It's a big boy.
It's pretty big. Yeah, it's definitely bigger than the Xbox.
Yeah,
but. His setup was sick. He has this 4K OLED TV, right?
And he's got the OLED.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking. It was like he said it was like a $3,000 TV or something.
Yeah, dude.
But it was like a big old 4K TV with OLED, and like he had these lights behind it, and he had a camera sticking off the front of the TV that looked at the TV. So, like, it saw what was going on the TV and then projected the lights behind it accordingly.
Oh, yeah, that's the like, whatchamacallit lights. The, fuck, I know what you're talking about.
It was so dope.
It's like the aura lights or whatever.
Bro, I was playing Battlefield, and, like, you can fucking... Like, you'd shoot the tank, right? And every time you'd shoot the tank, like, this red blast would, like, go across the whole wall because of the lights. And, like, it was so tight, dude. It just got, it was,
It's really cool, but I feel like I would get, like, I would turn it off, like, after a while just because, like, I'd get tired of, like, the peripheral, like, you know, like stuff happening. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, because it syncs up so well with what's actually going on the screen. It's
that
crazy.
Doesn't affect it?
Nah, it actually just makes it feel like the whole wall is a TV almost. Like, it's crazy. Because it's, like, so far in your peripheral that, like, when you, like I said, you shoot the tank, for instance, like, you don't really see, like, lights. Or you just see, like, a flash everywhere. And I don't know. It just makes it, you get so into the game like that. I don't know. It's so cool.
I wonder how they sync that up.
It's a camera. Like, so it's just this camera hanging off the front of his TV, like, and watching the TV.
Oh, it's watching the TV.
And, like, it plays the image, like, the lights accordingly. It's so cool. He said,
that's really tight.
He said for an extra, like, $500, he could have got a TV that he didn't have to, like, hang the camera off the front of it. But he was like, the camera was way cheaper, and it's not that, you don't even notice the camera after a while. It was so dope, dude. And then he was showing me all these videos that were, like, demos for OLED on the 4K. It was so cool. But anyways, I'll talk more about, like, the games I played on it later. But anyway, so we went up to Louisiana. We stopped at the casino on the way home. I can't not hit the casino while I'm in Louisiana. And I freaking can't stop winning money, dude. Like, the past, like, 4 times I've gone to the casino, I've walked out with, like, $50 more than I walked in with. So I've come up with a slot machine strategy. And it's like, you know, it's hard to explain, but if I ever take you to the casino, I'll show you my slot strategy, and we can.
Yeah, dude. You gotta teach me the strats, because I always lose when I go.
The way my strategy works, even if you do lose, because you might lose with the strat. You know, sometimes you just lose. You know, but if you do lose, even if you do lose, you'll still play for a way longer than you would otherwise. You know what I mean? So.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm in. Anything else?
I feel like I did something else, but I can't. It's not coming to mind. So, what did you do?
So, I finished Alice in Borderlands.
Oh, don't tell me. I started Alice in Borderlands. That's one of the things I did. I started it, but I only watched a few episodes.
Yeah, but it's good. It
is good. I don't like it as much as Squid Game so far, but I do enjoy it.
How far are you? What's happening in yours?
I'm not very far. I'm only like 2 or 3 episodes in.
No, I mean, like, do you remember, like, what was going on?
They got chased around the hall by the dude in the horse mask, and they killed him, and something else happened. I can't really remember what happened next. But Parkour Girl was there, and
yeah, you're just at like the beginning of like the weird shit about to go down. So you're in for a treat.
Okay,
I guess.
I'll have to keep watching.
It's good. I finished. I don't know if I mentioned last time or like if I had finished it last time, but I finished Midnight Mass. That's
I heard that was weird.
It was kind of lame, dude. Like I don't know why, but the guy who writes these shows, like, like the first one he did was all right. The Haunting of Hill House or whatever, that was good. It was all right. Then Bly Manor was just fucking horrible. Like
Bly Manor wasn't horrible. It just wasn't scary
or good.
I liked it. I liked the story that they told.
I mean, I guess it's all right.
If you go into Bly Manor expecting Hill House, then you will be very disappointed. But if
horror.
You take it on, if you go in and just take it for what it is and don't expect a horror show,
But that's what I was expecting.
The problem was Haunting of Hill House was such a good show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it. I don't know.
It was good. It was good. But then Midnight Mass was. It has such a cool idea, like such a really cool idea.
I'll probably watch it at some point. Is it not scary?
No. No. It's like watching a fucking stage play, like, which is what makes it bad. Like, like you have these really cool characters, this really cool concept that you don't see anywhere else, really. Honestly, it's just a cool idea, and you have to slowly dredge through like all of it because every character has like a 10-minute monologue like every 10 minutes. Like it's so annoying. Like they'll be talking to someone and they just keep going. They just keep talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. And it's just one person. Like it's a 2-person conversation, but one person will just talk like it's a movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like so not self-aware of like how annoying that is. And, like, just this whole monologue thing, and it's so pretentious. Like, I can't handle how pretentious it was. Like, he'd just be like, and then, like, I was sitting there, and then, like, the world around me just changed. And it was, like, in that moment, my whole life was a different thing. and they're just, like, doing that constantly. It's a never-ending barrage of dramatic over-the-top monologues and but surrounded by this really cool story. And it's like, why did they do this? Why did he think this was a good idea? He's written 2 other shows that were somewhat, successful. They weren't monologue-y, like, just trash. Like, I don't understand. Yeah, but I don't know. It just threw me off. Like, it was really upsetting because I watched all the episodes and I was really expecting it to change. Like, I thought, like, something cool was going to happen. And it ends exactly how you expect it to end and, like, all that stuff. So, I don't know. I could just be, like, over the top hating, but I tweeted that out, and I got, like, a shit ton of likes on my tweet. So, I was like, okay, a lot of people agree with me on this. So.
Damn.
Like.
Controversial opinions with Jamel.
Yeah. It's just not good. It's not good. Like, Bly Manor. Like, whenever I say it's not good, it's better than this. Like, it's better than this in, like, the way that it works. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Anyways, so I finished that. Hated it. And then Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City trailer. We saw that. How you feeling about that?
After seeing the, like, first pictures of the movie or whatever it is, I was like, this is going to suck, you know what I mean? But after seeing the trailer, I'm like, I still think it's probably going to suck.
But,
like, I think it's, like, I'm a little less, like, offended by it now. It looks better than the first Resident Evil movie, for sure. At least it looks true to the source material somewhat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have the actual fucking characters from Resident Evil in the Resident Evil movie, which is a fucking huge step up from the fucking original Resident Evil movie. That's just how I feel.
No, I agree. It looks good though. I think are you sure you're talking about the pictures for the right film? Because I know they're doing a live action show on Netflix.
No, I'm 100% sure because it's the same damn characters from the pictures I saw in the trailer.
Okay.
But the trailer looks significantly better than the pictures, you know what I mean? Like, I was really skeptical about the guy who was going to play Carlos or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And he looks okay. And the CG they got to do the monsters with looks pretty decent.
Looks really good, yeah.
Yeah, like, all in all, I don't think it's going to be that bad.
They said that they tried to make the mansion like a scale, like 1-for-1 scale of like the mansion. So like you're gonna have a lot of like very familiar stuff if you played the game.
I'm glad they did that. You can tell just from the trailer. You have like the Raccoon City Police Department like looking exactly like the games. You know what I mean? Like the lobby and everything. I really think that they're gonna have lots of like Easter egg type moments in the show. I think it should be fun. You know?
For sure.
I don't know. I'm excited.
What's up, Drive By Joe?
Hey,
welcome
Joe.
to the chat. Okay, so. That's basically it. That's all I've done this week, as well as Brent. So we'll jump on over to the news. Just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of these articles as our own. We're just bringing them all here like a congregate and just, giving it to you.
Like a congregate.
Yeah, wouldn't that be the word for it?
I don't know, man. That sounds like that's such an official sounding word.
Let's go with that word. I don't watch it be completely. I'm about to Google this.
Sounds right, you know.
Congregate. Let's see. Gather into a crowd or mass. That works.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah,
that'll do.
Suck it, English. Yeah.
You want me to kick it off?
Yeah, kick it.
All right. Following weeks of rumor and speculation, Rockstar Games has officially announced a new Grand Theft Auto remaster package featuring GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas, called Grand Theft Auto Trilogy: The Definitive Edition. It represents the first 3 3D games in the series, when it exploded in popularity and was mired in controversy. Grand Theft Auto Trilogy: The Definitive Edition comes with updated and improved versions of those 3 games. The bundle will be available on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, and and on PC through Rockstar Games Launcher later this year. A mobile edition for iOS and Android is coming in the first half of 2022. Pricing was not announced. They also announced that they were going to delist the originals, which is I find a little offensive, you know? That's another thing. It's like the digital medium, man. You know, that's why you got to have the physical medium, man.
Look, they'll bring it back. They'll bring it back. What they're doing though is they're
offended.
Like cash money. Cash money is what they want, you know? So like they see if they pull these old ones off, everybody's got to get the definitive edition if they want it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I own the old one, so they can't just, like, pull it out of my fucking Steam library.
No, they can't.
You know what I mean? So they can suck my asshole, you know what I mean?
And they gladly would for a price. Because that's who they are now. But, yeah, it's interesting because, you know, they did that, like, cease and desist with that guy who made, like, you know, like an Unreal version of 3 and Vice City or whatever. And it was so obvious that they were just like, nah, we about to make that money. But watch the Unreal version look so much better than theirs. Because I want to see what this looks like. It better look phenomenal. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, yeah. It better watch it. I bet it's not gonna look that great. I bet everybody. I'm not even trying to be a dick. Like I just bet everybody's expecting like a full fucking like remaster, you know. And I bet it's just like I bet they just upscale it to 4K. I bet it's not suck. Like I'm serious. Like I bet it's not any different. Like I bet it's just upscaled to 4K. Like I really think that's what's gonna happen. And on the Switch, I bet it's just upscaled to fucking 1080p.
Yeah.
And I bet it's 60 frames per second across the board. They're gonna be like 4K. 60 frames per second. Same old shitty graphics you've always known.
They say that in the trailer. Like, see, that's my thing. Is like they have to. It's 3 games. I honestly don't think that they went in.
That's what I'm saying.
They updated all these games.
They didn't fucking Mafia 1 this. You know what I'm saying?
Should've.
Like they should have. That would be sick. And they'll sell 50 billion copies if they did.
Imagine though, imagine if they did upgrade it and they added online to all of them.
Bro, It would be fucking over. Like, honestly, like, okay, if they, like, okay, best case scenario, they'd give all 3 games the Mafia 1 treatment. That would be the most insane fucking thing. Like, that would be such a huge undertaking because they're not little games. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
Like, San Andreas particularly is massive.
Isn't it bigger than 5?
It's huge. Yeah, I think so. Like, if just by scale, if it's not bigger, it's close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's more areas. Like, you know, there's even like a Vegas style area in San Andreas you can go to that's like, it's so cool. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what they did, but I'm not getting my hopes up.
No. Honestly, you know, okay, the coolest thing would be if they gave it the Mafia 1 treatment, but they also give it the Halo treatment where you can like
go back and forth.
That would be so cool. Or Diablo 2 just did it, you
Yeah.
know? If they Diablo 2 that shit, that
But
would be
Diablo
so
2
fucking...
doesn't look that much different than like the original.
The cutscenes and stuff.
The cutscenes do, but I mean like the gameplay. Like,
I mean, that would make a big difference in a Grand Theft Auto game if you changed all the cutscenes to be like super detailed and crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
make it look like 5.
Yeah, holy shit. I mean,
At
even
least,
better than 5.
Yeah. At the least, yeah. So an employee from Virtuos, the studio rumored to be remaking Metal Gear Solid 3, has confirmed that the developer is working on an unannounced AAA action-adventure game remake. As spotted by Twitter user Phasion Shaika and reported by VGC, Virtuos lead programmer Xiang Li references the AAA remake in his LinkedIn profile, stating to have been working on the project since 2018. As per the description of Lee's role at the studio, it seems that the remake will include, quote, 4K support on certain platforms, as well as AAA quality art production and set-piece destruction. While it isn't yet clear the game that Lee is referring to, reports surfaced earlier this month suggesting that Konami is planning remasters of the original Metal Gear Solid games for new consoles, as well as a potential full remake of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, rumored to be in the works from Virtuos. So, another remake we're probably going to get, which I feel like Metal Gear Solid 3 doesn't need a fucking remake.
No, definitely not.
Give us 2. Remake 2.
Not. You know, make a new game. I'm so tired of fucking remakes. I guess it's going to keep happening because they keep selling like wild, like hotcakes.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
like, you know.
It's the same thing with film. I mean, you know, they reboot a series like every 5 to 10 years, you know. It's just going to happen. We just reached that point that we have enough games and we've had enough time for video games to be out that we can just get remasters of shit constantly.
It just feels lazy, man. You know, like, I feel like most people, I don't know, would rather get some. Look how well Metroid Dread is selling, you know? People like that new installment in the series, you know what I mean? I don't know.
True. But
I'm so tired of remakes. But I guess
it's
what
easy
it is.
money, though.
And I'm a hypocrite because I'll also buy a remake if it's dope, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. You're over here. You're the one who caused this, dude. Brent Bass caused the remake industry. No, I'm just kidding. What you got?
All right. Let's see. Marvel's Avengers has introduced a controversial new feature. XP boosts that can be purchased with real money.
Oh, gosh.
And some portion of the game's audience is upset.
Well, duh.
Players can now purchase consumables with credits, a currency that can be acquired with real money, according to VGC. Consumables can be used to temporarily boost the amount of XP a player gains or increases the number of resources, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. The people are mad. They said, quote, "You promised you wouldn't do this. You lied to all of us," one commenter said. So, like, basically they had come out before this and they said they weren't ever going to have any kind of, like, anything you can pay for with real money other than, like, outfits, you know? But, I mean, who cares, you know? All the other games have it, like Assassin's Creed and shit. It's not like it fucking breaks the game. It's just lazy people, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah. So, European Switch owners rejoice. Nintendo of Europe has confirmed that all the N64 games included in the Switch Online Plus expansion pack can be played at 60 Hz. In a tweet posted on its official Twitter account, Nintendo of Europe confirmed that every single game that is included in the new Switch Online membership tier will be playable at 60 Hz in the English language. The account also confirmed that some games will also have an option where you can toggle between the original European PAL versions with other language options.
Cool.
Yeah, this is a huge win for European gamers who own Nintendo's hybrid console and are eager to replay some N64 classics without blowing the dust off their cartridges or blah, 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 blah. Because, like, in the PAL, so, like, says European games were released in the PAL format, and unlike the U.S. versions, these region-specific titles ran at 50 hertz instead of 60 hertz, like back in the day whenever they were coming out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I don't really know what is the hertz, you know, is this frames? Is this
yeah,
but
roughly.
What would that be? You know, like how many frames per second are we talking?
It'd be 60 frames per second if it's running at 60 hertz.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they just say that?
Because I don't know, man.
Let's see. 60 hertz a 60 hertz monitor displays up to 60 images per second. A lot of gamers see this as a requirement for so 60 frames per second full HD. So why aren't they just saying that? Like,
I don't know,
instead
man.
of making
whoever wrote that is because honestly the hertz applies to the screen.
To the screen,
itself,
yeah.
not
the game. That's why I'm confused. I'm like, so were the games coming out? Like, I thought the games on the N64 were running at like 10 frames per second.
No.
Or something like that.
I don't think
wasn't
so.
Yeah, it was like the original Mario Kart only ran at like 10. It was like 10 or 20 or something like that.
That's like so low.
hold on. I gotta look this up. Frames.
It's gotta be at least 30. That just would feel like ridiculously unsmooth, you know?
Okay, so while I haven't found any comprehensive list of frame rates for N64 games, apparently Mario 64 runs at 30 frames per second. Okay, and F-Zero X is the only N64 game that runs at 60.
Oh, shit.
GoldenEye...
So F-Zero X was next level back in the day.
Yeah, so... I think... Okay, so this person was asking, did GoldenEye on N64 really run at 10 to 15 frames per second? So it says...
Dude, have you ever played something at 10 frames per second, dude? There's no way GoldenEye would look good as it does.
Yeah, well, it's specifically talking about like whenever explosions happen and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because like the frame rate would drop drastically.
Well, like the explosions can be rendered at a lower frame rate and it wouldn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just like in Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man game. There's a costume that makes Spider-Man rendered at 14 frames per second, while everything around him is at 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
So you have this like funny, like glitchy looking Spider-Man. Like,
see, hold on. I think somebody has a list, or like some of the games, but somebody was saying that the Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time ran at 20 frames. Yeah, there's a GoldenEye was running at 20 frames per second. Yeah, they were definitely below 30.
I mean, if it was like a solid 20, maybe, but like, dude, it's hard to believe. You know what I mean?
Our eyes back then just were used to shit like that. We didn't see it the way that we see it now.
I mean, I've played it like not that long ago. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
It doesn't look like choppy or anything. Like, you'd notice it, you know?
Well, you got to think, like maybe the gameplay is slowed down. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot slower. Like, do you remember how, like, in GoldenEye, like, when there's no sprint button, you're not, like, running. And, like, bad guys, when they run, they look like they run in slow motion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I get it, but it's just, like, it wouldn't, like, sync up with, like, it would look like it was like glitching out or something. You know what I mean? It would have to be. I think so. I really do. You know?
Yeah, I don't.
I feel like maybe 20. 20 is like the absolute lowest. If it was like a solid 20 that never budged from 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I really think that's the lowest you could go without having like graphical issues. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't know that for a fact. You know, I'm not like a fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, I wish I could go back and find a list. But anyways, what you got? Or is it me? No, it's you.
Let's see. Oh, this is something I'd be mad about if I was playing Destiny, especially if I'd paid for this. Destiny 2 Forsaken and the Tangled Shore will no longer be playable when the Witch Queen expansion launches next year. They'll enter the Destiny Content Vault, a method introduced before the launch of Beyond Light last year to remove older Destiny 2 content and reduce the size of the game. There won't be a Forsaken campaign, but the Dreaming City will still be available. The Dreaming City gains some relevancy to the story with Mara blah 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 blah. But basically, they're taking out like a bunch of content to make the game like file size not big. But it's like, dude, there are people who like paid specifically to have the Forsaken expansion pack. Like, if I paid you $30 for the Forsaken expansion pack and you take that fucking campaign out of the game at some point in the future, I'd be so mad. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should at least give the people who paid for it the option to keep the content if they want to just have a huge game. You know what I mean? Like,
but see, I think that's the problem is that, you have this like always online game that's continually growing. Eventually, they're going to start dropping shit. But the thing is, it's like, just make Destiny 3. Like, like if that's the problem.
Dude, yeah. I mean, honestly, that's ridiculous, man. Like, it seems so much more outrageous to me than the Marvel Avengers thing, and nobody's up here in arms about it. You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
but then again, we don't really play Destiny, so maybe they don't care that much.
Maybe that campaign just sucked so bad that nobody cared.
No, because Forsaken King was what saved, like, the game.
Then why do they do these, man?
Or at least from what I remember.
I always thought to myself, one day I'm going to go play all the Destiny campaigns, but now I can't do that. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
never will,
I'm never even going to go play Destiny now because I'm too far behind. Like,
I think you were already too far behind anyways. But anyways, so let's see. Pointed out by Polygon. No, wait, hold on. EA says that it's, quote, exploring the idea, end quote, of renaming its FIFA series. If it did so, it would end an almost 3-decade association between EA Sports and the International Football Organization. In a press release about the launch of FIFA 22, EA Sports' Cam Weber explained, as we look ahead, we're also exploring the idea of renaming our global EA Sports football games. So there's an update to this. It says trademarks filed in the UK and EU suggest that EA could be considering the name EA Sports FC as a rebrand for FIFA, which is crazy because that's what Sony just did with their game.
The PES or whatever.
And it got so much backlash for that.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
not only for changing its name, but for sucking.
Yeah, the game was really bad, too. Like, I feel like if you're going to make a name change, your next game's got to be Fuego, you know what I'm saying?
Golden.
Yeah.
I find it funny that, but like, how are you going to change FIFA? Like, I feel
that's such an iconic, that's like Madden. Nobody even knows who John Madden is anymore, but
no.
Madden football is like the thing still, you know what I mean? Like,
that is weird to think about. Like, there's just kids playing it that have no idea who
dude,
the fuck Madden is.
You could make a fucking John Madden reference and they would just look at you like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Damn.
Like, it's crazy, but like everybody knows Madden football. I don't know. It's more associated. It's like, I don't know. It's crazy.
Very, very, very crazy. So Brent, what you got?
Let's see what I got here. Borderlands developer Gearbox is undergoing some management changes, with Gearbox software president Randy Pitchford leaving that role, but staying with the company. 20-year Gearbox veteran Steve Jones is taking over as president of Gearbox Software, while Pitchford will continue to be the CEO and president of Gearbox Entertainment Company.
Yeah, he's just going to work on the movies and stuff, like, apparently because they're going to be making some, like, Borderlands films and stuff like that.
Yeah, so no worries, you know. No Blizzard-type stuff going on over there. No bro culture.
No.
That we know of.
No vulture, dude.
Yeah.
They're vultures. No, but, so Amazon has delayed the server transfer feature in New World due to some edge cases where the transfer experience does not meet our standards for its release. So furthermore, it is said that there will be no server transfers between regions, despite previously saying it would be allowed. Community manager Trevor Tervzor FTW. I'm actually really angry that that's his name. Like, really? Like, Tervzor? Tervzor. Like, Tervzor. Okay, FT just pissed me off. Share the news on New World's official forums.
Probably pisses him off too.
Like, why would you name yourself that if you're going to be a community-facing person? Like,
I'm sure he didn't name himself that, did he?
Yeah, that's his like.
Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, fuck that guy.
I don't know if that's his last name or something.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's just a bad idea. That'd be like if like I got a forward-facing like thing and I was just like, "Hi, I'm Muffla Al Jafra."
Right.
Like, you know. Like, but anyways, it said the team needs, quote, some extra time to get these issues resolved before we feel comfortable giving everyone their free server transfer token, end quote. So I don't know if that's really big news. I know a lot of people were waiting for the server transfers because the servers were so loaded, like that people couldn't play with their friends. They'd have to go to a different server, and there's no way to switch servers once you choose one. So until now, like till this token comes out, but the real issue is the region. So like if you're playing, you know, in the EU region and you want to switch over to US, you can't do it. It's just not going to happen. Or if you are playing in US East and you want to go US West, it ain't going to happen. You know, so I don't know how that's going to play out for people, but interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Yeah. What you got, Brent?
All right. Well, they're adding Sora from Kingdom Hearts. They're adding it to the Smash Bros. You see this? You see this, mate?
Oh, I saw it.
They're putting the Kingdom Hearts in the Smash Bros, mate.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I guess it's like,
you know what?
I've had it with the Final Fantasy type characters in that game.
Look, mate, it's not Final Fantasy, mate. It's the Kingdom Hearts, mate. It's got a little Final Fantasy, a bit of Disney, mate. It's a bit of the bitchy, huh?
I feel like Jason just like cries when this happens.
No, he does not.
No, I just
Jason loves our humor. No. Okay, look.
No, I just mean he cries like as in like it's like no one can help them. No, but like no, like I know it's not Final Fantasy. I know it's not. But it is. You know, like it's the same dude. It's the same setup here. The only difference is you got Goofy and you got Donald Duck. But guess what? Neither of those characters are going to be in this game. You're just getting the guy. You're just getting Sora, you know, who is basically just Cloud, but with baggy pants and a key instead of a big knife.
Oh, yeah, that is some bullshit. I mean, like, he should definitely have some kind of fucking...
Like, can you imagine a Disney crossover with fucking Smash Bros, dude?
Bro, yeah, like, I wish Sora was, like, just a Pokemon trainer type character, and he just threw out random Disney characters. Like, you could play as, like, Pooh Bear and fucking, like...
Woody.
And, like, yes, dude, Woody.
Woody just...
Reach for the sky!
Yeah, just beating your ass across fucking...
Buzz Lightyear, just fucking everybody up.
Like, I mean, it's cool and everything, I guess, but as the final character to add to the game, not really that exciting, in my opinion. But, like... There's a lot of people out there that are excited for it, so good for them.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it's probably, like, the most, like, you please the most people this way. You know what I mean? I think, I don't know. You could please the most people with, like, they could have threw fucking Master Chief in there. They could have threw... Master Chief would have been sweet, too.
Or Conqueror. They could have done anything. I mean, I don't think...
Conqueror definitely would not have the same... punching power as like Master Chief or Sora.
That's
true.
You
know what I mean? Like I think Sora and Master Chief definitely hold equal weight. You know what I mean?
Well, I think for different reasons.
Howdy partner.
Yeah. I think you know, like Master Chief would definitely have more punching power than Sora because it would cause controversy. Therefore, it would reach more people. You know what I'm saying? Like people would be like, oh, shit, hey, you know, Master Chief's in there. And then you'd have, like, the Sony fanboys getting pissed off and, like, talking shit about it. And then you'd have, like, you know, the people that are actually, like, just like, I don't even know who this is, but, like, I want to figure out now. You know, like, there's just, like, a whole bunch of shit that could have happened. But I think they played the safe route. Like, that's my problem is he played it too safe with this, like, last list of characters, you know?
Look, if they wanted to not play it safe, bro... They would have put Waluigi in there.
Dude, why was Waluigi? Why is
that would have been the ultimate final fucking character. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, Krusty Antiques? But howdy. But see, my thing is like, it makes no sense to me. All right, like why they played it so safe, yet they couldn't put Waluigi. Like, what is preventing them from putting a Mario universe character?
There's no excuse, man. There's
Literally
nothing
none.
like holding them back legally. You know,
Maybe he just feels like there's not enough like games with Waluigi that like he could draw on to like create, you know, like a good character. You know what I'm saying?
there's definitely enough game. They could figure something out.
He's only been in like Mario Party and Mario Tennis.
All he has to do is be a Luigi clone, but like
Maybe that's why he didn't want to do it. He wanted to clone a bunch of Fire Emblem
I was going to say, so
characters.
we're just going to clone every other fucking character in the game? Like,
But also, you got the other things that they mentioned, like the other characters or whatever. Not characters, but like the Mii.
Not really. I know they added a Doom
Mii
thing
fighter.
for me.
Yeah, they added the
Mii
Doom
fighter.
guy, Mii fighter, and then some other character from some other like, you know, super Japanese video game that I have no idea who they were. But anyway, so that's good on that. Let's see what else. This is some weird kind of bad news, in my opinion, right here. But so if you're excited for Pokemon Arceus, it's not Arceus, it's Arceus, I figured out, which is unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. Sounds much lamer.
Yeah, but in a statement to Kotaku, the Pokemon Company clarified how Pokemon Legends Arceus' world works, and as speculated, it is very similar to Monster Hunter. So it's not going to be fully open world, okay? So, quote, in Pokemon Legends Arceus, Jubilife Village will serve as the base for surveying missions. After receiving an assignment or a request and preparing for their next excursion, players will set out from the village to study one of the various open areas of the Hisui region. The Pokemon Company says after they finish the survey work, players will need to return once more to prepare for the next task.
This game gonna suck ass, man. I'm calling it now. It's gonna be a solid 6.5 out of 10. Fucking like.
Yeah, I'm actually very like. I don't think it'll be a 6 out of 10. I feel like the people who do like it are gonna like it a lot.
Yeah.
But the people who wanted a, thank you for the age. We're on our way there. So
yeah, geez.
Yeah,
we're getting close.
We're getting there. We're getting there. But you know, so like my whole thing about it is like the people who like that type of thing are gonna love it, but the people who wanted an open world fucking Pokemon game and they keep on like they're just like, oh, is this it? Is this the open world one? Nah. And it's like every time, like they come out like with what was the last one, Sword and Shield, like where it was like open world area, and they're like, oh, it's you know like there's an open world. This is like 3 feet, and then like you know then they like show this off. They literally have been showing us gameplay trailers and have never once even shown us that this is a Monster Hunter type style like open world situation. Like they're hiding it. It was like, why were you guys hiding it?
I've been pretty unimpressed with the gameplay they've showed us so far. Also, I don't know. I just have extremely low expectations from this.
I don't know, man. The noble Pokemon and all that stuff looked cool to me. Like the idea that Pokemon could attack you in the wild, and like they were gonna have like a bunch of the old school Pokemon, and like it just looked cool. It looked cool.
I mean, I hope so. Like I think something about it just does not spark joy for me. You know what I mean? Like
I feel that. I've lost all joy. What you got?
Okay. In addition to bringing Sora to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Nintendo and Square Enix are teaming up to launch 3 Kingdom Hearts games on Nintendo Switch. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix, Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, and Kingdom Hearts 3 are all headed to Switch. These will be cloud games, so they will stream to Switch. As such, you will need a constant internet connection to play them, which is kind of lame because it's like...
Why not just put the game out?
And, dude, I mean, it's not like the Switch can't run the first 2 Kingdom Hearts games at least. Maybe the third game I get it, but, like, dude, come on. We had the first games on, like, what, PS2 or something? Like, you know the Switch can handle it. Like,
yeah, it's just, it's lazy.
It is lazy.
That's all it is. But it's funny because that was one of the things that they mentioned, you know, like during the the situation, like during the Nintendo Direct thing with Sakurai. That's like one of the big announcements was like, guess what? These games are coming out. I was like, I never played them, but maybe I'll try them on the Switch. And then they were like, oh, but it's like, the streaming version of it. I'm like, fuck that.
That sucks because it's like for me, the whole thing about a Switch, especially a Switch Lite, is like taking it on the go. You know what I mean? I want to take it like in the car with me on a long car ride or on a plane ride with me or something. And like most of the places where I want to play my Switch, like I don't have access to internet. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's like
sure.
I rely on the games I either have downloaded or on a cartridge or I don't know.
Yeah. Krusty Antiques, Gyromite as in the game with Rob, like the old school like NES game.
Oh wow.
That's what's up. Like I think our some of the first games we played were on NES. Obviously the N64 wasn't far away from the time, but like we still had those consoles. Yeah, it was a fun time. But so big deal here. For Capcom, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard has become the first game in the series to ship over 10 million copies, Capcom has confirmed.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So it's the best-selling game in the series, or?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. As announced in a press release, Capcom says the Resident Evil 7 has set new milestones for the company as it becomes the first game to ship over 10 million units globally. It's worth pointing out that shipped copies are those sent to retailers as opposed to sold copies, which have been bought by players. Okay. I don't really know how that works. Like, so they're just like, oh, we shipped this many. It's like, but you didn't sell that many? No, but we shipped them, though. Like, okay.
Somebody's got them somewhere.
Yeah, they're out there. I mean, we ain't got money for them, but according to the studio, the game's impressive figures have largely been down to the promotion of digital sales and synergies with the series' latest installment, Resident Evil Village, which launched in May. Yeah, I think Resident Evil Village was probably the most hyped Resident Evil game of all time.
Oh, man. When it came out, it was...
everybody was talking
on
about it.
Yeah.
All the streamers and everything.
7, I think, might be the best Resident Evil game, in my opinion, though. I really liked 7 just all the way through. It was such a solid game.
I don't know. I liked 8 more. 7.
Really?
I have a really hard time. I haven't beat 7 because I keep starting it and then I just get bored in the areas that I'm at. It's too samey. Like I like all the different like areas in 8. Like it had a very like
7 did the exact same thing.
Did it?
Yeah.
I guess
I
I never got
past
there.
the first area because like 7 does the same like thing to switch it up on you. Every boss has their own like area that has a different vibe. You know what I mean? Like the first area is Jack and he's chasing you around the house. You know what I mean? And then you go fight Marguerite and you're in this like cabin full of bugs and there's like spiders and shit everywhere. And then you go fight the youngest son and there's like you're in like a Saw type thing where you're in like grungy bathrooms and shit and you're doing like puzzles. And then don't want to spoil anything, but like towards the end of the game you're on like a ship. And then like,
oh, nice.
So there's like all kinds of different like weird environments.
I just got to get past that then because every time I play, I'm just like, dude, I can't be in this house the whole game. Like it's fucking boring.
There's a part where you get a key and you get out like the door, but you get out of like the main house. The house is the scariest part though, in my opinion. It really is tense when you're in the house. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's so confined, but. Yeah,
that whole game has like a super claustrophobic feel, which I think is one of my favorite parts. My favorite part of 8 was when you're in the castle, and I think it had a similar kind of claustrophobic feel to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You getting chased by the sisters or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that and the part where you're like in the dungeony areas and there's like swarms of vampires coming at you. That was pretty creepy. The sounds were really creepy in 8. Like, you know what I mean? And 7.
8 was also just beautiful. Like every part.
7 looked really good too for what it was.
No, it looked great, but I think 8 just made it look that much better. Like it was just like, oh yeah, this is almost next gen looking. I don't know why.
Yeah, 8 is one of the best games I played, or best looking games I've played in a long time. Like I think 8 might look better than like 8 looks just as good as like Deathloop or Far Cry 6, maybe better than both of those games. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, I really enjoyed
it's crazy
graphics.
Good.
Yeah,
crazy good looking. Anyways,
you know what it is? It's that engine they use, the RE.
Yeah, it's the RE2 remake.
That's why that Devil May Cry game looks so good, because they use the same engine on that. And love that.
Well, what you got?
That's it for me.
Okay, so this is interesting news for anybody who's been playing Grounded. The game is basically going to change up. Like,
they're taking all the popcorn spiders out?
No. They're keeping the spiders and the popcorn, but Obsidian's backyard survival game is very different from anything the prolific RPG developer has made before, something the developers themselves have poked fun at in the past. But while the microscopic multiplayer adventure has been a success in its own right, even while still in preview, the upcoming Hot and Hazy update seems poised to give many fans more of what they might expect from Obsidian. Lots of stats, with everything from character stats that let you upgrade your avatar's abilities to weapon upgrades that increase deadliness to new armor classes with gameplay consequences. Grounded will get a whole lot nerdier and RPG-like later this month.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think it definitely make the gameplay mechanics a little deeper. It could make it more fun and like keep you playing longer for sure. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This next one here. So the Pokemon Company has announced a long-term partnership with Universal Studios Japan to add.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they're gonna put a Pokemon-themed attractions.
Shit.
To
they need a
Osaka.
whole Pokemon world, dude. They need to just build the Kanto region in the fucking
That'd be
one
crazy.
of the. You know what I mean? Like that would be so sick. Imagine a fucking Pokemon store where you walk in and like over the speaker it's just like do 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 do.
Dude, that's what I was thinking. They need to do like have a Nurse Joy. Like just
a
like
Lavender Town with like ghosty shit going on and that creepy song. And ding, ding,
they ain't gonna do none of that.
Dude,
they're gonna do it.
That would be sick, man. That would be cool.
It would be cool, but they're gonna do the most basic shit. They're gonna be like, "Oh, this is a Pikachu." And like everyone's gonna be like, "Yeah, Pikachu."
Bro, we need that real shit. We need like a lab where like a Mewtwo escapes experience where it's like a ride and you're like riding away from Mewtwo as he's like ripping the lab apart with psychic powers. Like that would be tight.
That would be tight. I think well, actually, hold on. They'll probably say what it's going to be. Announced in a press release, the partnership sees the companies jointly explore groundbreaking entertainment that will immerse guests into the world of Pokemon with innovative technology and creativity beginning in 2022. This is billed as a long-term project, but it seems likely that the Pokemon editions in 2022 would be added to the existing Super Nintendo World area at Universal Studios Japan rather than an entirely new area. No details have been offered about whether Pokemon attractions would include new areas, rides, experiences, or other technology, but the partnership is billed as a way to develop new interactive entertainment combining innovative technology and extraordinary creativity.
Bro, what if check this out. What if they did like Safari Zone, right? And you go in there and they give you like AR glasses and like there's like Pokemon running around and you like got to catch them with fucking actual Pokeballs they give you or something. I don't know.
Nah, dude, that would be tight. And if you win, like you get like something cool.
Yes,
like
dude.
You find the biggest Scyther, dude. I'm still stuck in Super Mario on NES. Nah, there's no way. That game's fucking hard though. Like my favorite Super Mario game is definitely. Have you played Super Mario 64, bro? That's the one that you need to be on.
Yeah, that's the great way to transition from the old Super Mario to the new, just from old gaming to new gaming. That's the first step. You got to go over to the Mario 64.
By the way, people listening at home in the audio version, we're talking to Krusty Antiques over on Facebook. He was telling us he's still playing Super Mario on NES. Okay, so let's see. We got a little bit more here, I think. Oh yeah, this was a big news drop here. So basically, Ghost Recon is Frontline is a free-to-play battle royale coming very soon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so
Ghost Recon Battle Royale. That could be fun.
Yeah.
I could actually see that being fun.
They dropped a trailer. It says,
Oh.
Ubisoft has announced Ghost Recon Frontline, a PvP first-person shooter that will be free to play.
It's going to be first person?
Yeah, with support for over 100 players. It's an objective-focused spin on the incredibly popular Battle Royale genre. Public playtesting will begin this month, but a full release date has yet to be announced.
Objective focused. Are y'all all going to be like rushing to a bunker and trying to like deactivate a bomb or something and there's like 100 people or like
No, it's how Ghost Recon Frontline's flagship mode is Expedition, in which 102 players are divided up into teams of 3 to battle for victory on an island map. To win, a team must find and claim 3 pieces of intel, which will allow them to then head to a designated drop zone and extract from the map. When the extraction helicopter is called, though, other players are alerted and have the chance to attack and steal the team's extraction in order to claim victory for themselves. It's an objective design that sounds like a blend of Ubisoft's own Dark Zone from The Division and Crytek's Hunt Showdown. Ubisoft also notes that there are other tactics that can be used to win. Aside from rejecting the last team standing approach to the Battle Royale, Ghost Recon Frontline also ignores the idea of a shrinking circle. You'll have access to the entirety of its 16 square kilometer map for the full duration of a match. That map is divided into 4 different biomes and hosts 20 different landmarks.
that sounds like one of those games where I'm going to get lost.
Yep. It also, like, I don't know how that would work. I don't even consider that. Oh, appreciate it, man. I don't think this sounds like Battle Royale. Like,
it's not Battle Royale at this point. It's something entirely different. And,
yeah.
You know, at this point, it's like any large-scale battle isn't just Battle Royale. You know what I mean? Like, otherwise, Battlefield would have been doing Battle Royale a long-ass time ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is definitely not Battle Royale. Battle Royale literally means last man standing.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally the whole point.
Yeah.
So, like, once you take that away, it's not called that. Let's not call it that.
No, they're just trying to get the
hype.
The hype.
Yeah.
It does sound like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's free to play. So I'm definitely going to try it out.
Definitely.
But, like, let's not call it what it isn't. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely. So Krusty Antique says, Gun is my favorite game.
Oh,
Dude.
Gun was such a good game.
Yeah, dude.
Man, I love that game. You should play
it's a
that.
classic.
If you like Gun, you got to get on Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a nice, like, slower pace to, like, I don't know. It's one you would like. It's a modern game.
Very similar. Very similar.
Yeah.
And then after that, let's see. That's it. That's all I got. Okay, so we're done with the video game news. Now we're going to jump on over to this week's releases, where I'm going to let you guys know which brand new games you can buy in the next 7 days. Some of these are decent and good. Starting with Disco Elysium, the final cut, coming to Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, October 12th for $39.99. Disco Elysium is about a detective who wakes up in a rundown coastal district with a banging headache and only a few dregs of memory left. You set out to discover what happened to him inside the unique world we have created.
Weird game.
Yeah, I've heard. Then next we got Back for Blood, officially coming out to PS4, PS5, and Game Pass and PC. I don't even say Xbox, it's just Game Pass. That's all you need to know.
That's exciting.
October 12th for $59.99 if you ain't got that Game Pass. Back for Blood is a next-gen cooperative FPS from the creators of Left 4 Dead. It's basically Left 4 Dead, but just called Back for Blood. Then we got Monster Crown coming to Switch and PC on October 12th for $29.99. Unravel Crown Island's mysterious, cruel story as you create your own monster legacy in the dark monster taming game Monster Crown, which this game looks exactly like Pokemon. Like I'm talking like Game Boy like art style and everything.
Oh, cool.
So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And then we got Gang Beast coming to Switch on October 12th for $19.99. Gang Beast is a silly local multiplayer party game with doughy ragdoll physics and horrific environmental hazards. And then we have Time Management Game Collection coming to Switch on October 12th for $29.99. The Time Management Game Collection combines 6 completely different time management games into one package. Each full-length game immerses the player in the great stories while providing the proven fun-filled entertainment that can only be experienced by superb time management adventures. Okay. Then we got Critadel coming to Switch and PC on October 13th for $19.99. Critadel is a futuristic platformer shooter roguelike in which players run, jump, and blast through the convoluted pathways and secret chambers of a giant mechanical tower. And then we have Nira coming to Switch and PC on October 13th for $9.99. In Nira, players experience islands filled with fast-paced building, crafting, fighting, farming, and quests. Ride an alpaca, battle ogres, fly a plane, and more as you try to survive a procedurally generated universe in a sandbox survival adventure. Okay? And then we have Crysis 2 Remastered coming to everything on October 14th for $49.99, which actually, I think this is part of the package.
Yeah, they're doing a trilogy remaster, I think.
Yeah, so just know that it's Crysis 2, 1, and 3 Remastered.
Yeah.
All in one for $49.99.
Ooh. That's a steal.
Yeah, so there you go on that. And then we got Dungeon Encounters coming to PS4, Switch, and PC on October 14th for $29.99. Put your mind to the test in Dungeon Encounters, a unique dungeon crawler from key creators of Final Fantasy XII. Strategize to survive. Your goal is to lead an expedition to chart the dangerous depths of this deadly dungeon. Then we have The Rift Breaker. Coming to Xbox Series S and X, PS5, and PC on October 14th for $29.99 or on Game Pass. The Rift Breaker is a base-building survival game with action RPG elements. Hack and slash countless enemies, build up your base, collect samples, and research new inventions to survive. And then we have Ruin Raiders. Sounds like Tomb Raider, but it's not. It's coming to Switch and PC on October 14th for $19.99. Ruin Raiders is a turn-based tactical roguelike in which you command military squads on a no-return journey into the secret, packed ruins of an ancient civilization. Cool. And then we got Godstrike coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, October 14th for $14.99. Godstrike is a boss rush bullet hell shooter where enemy attacks reduce health and time remaining. Face off against the avatars of a forgotten deity as you progress through a story campaign with massive multi-stage boss fights full of attacks to dodge and weak points to attack. Okay, cool. And then we got Chasing Static coming to PC on October 14th. Couldn't find a price, but Chasing Static is a retro psychological horror game. Explore the dark woods, decrepit ruins, and sinister government research facilities tucked away in the forest of rural North Wales. And then we have Mad Streets coming to PC on October 15th for $19.99. Mad Streets is a uniquely blended physics and animation multiplayer brawler fighter party game. It's comedy mixed with brutal action. And then we have A Little Golf Journey coming to Switch and PC on October 15th for $19.99. Little Golf Journey is a relaxing adventure golf experience played on beautiful diorama courses. Embark on an adventure and bring color back to the world as you complete golfing challenges across multiple destinations. Then we have NHL 22 coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, October 15th for $59.99 or $69.99 if you get that next gen. Gosh. EA Sports NHL 22 is an all-new game. Okay, you guys get it. I'm not going to read that. And then we have Demon Slayer, the Hinokami Chronicles, coming to Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, PS4, PS5, and PC on October 15th for $59.99.
Is this based on that anime?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
In Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles, Tanjiro Kamado must fight off the demons threatening humanity in order to turn his sister Netsuko, who has become a demon, back into a human, which is like basically the whole story. Okay. And then we got The Good Life coming to Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC on October 15th for $39.99. The Good Life is a mystery RPG project by Swuri Hidetaka Suhiro, the creator of Deadly Premonition and D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die. Okay, and then we got Nuclear Blaze, finally, coming to PC October 18th. Couldn't find a price, but Nuclear Blaze is a unique 2D firefighting game where you fight your way through a mysterious facility and try to keep the blaze under control while experiencing devastating backdrafts, exploding walls, and drenching sprinklers.
The fact that that one game that you mentioned a game or two ago is made by the same people who made D4, Dark Dreams Don't Die, makes me want to play that game significantly less. Like, they should have just not even mentioned that. They should have been like, they should have just swept that under the rug there.
Yeah.
That game sucked ass, bro. I tried to play it like 5 times. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. It's stupid.
The Deadly Premonition game?
No. D4, Dark Dreams Don't Die.
I've never even heard of that game.
It's the stupidest fucking game ever. Like, it's really dumb.
Is that bad?
No, I mean, I'm sure some people really liked it. That's why I got it. I fucking can't stand it personally. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's just really dumb.
Wow. So I'm glad we're not going to be playing that. Though there were some good games mentioned. You got Back 4 Blood. What was the other one? There was like one other one.
There's Back 4 Blood in there for sure.
Yeah, there's Back 4 Blood.
Crisis too.
Crisis.
Yeah.
You know.
I was a little disappointed, to be honest with you, because I'm looking forward to Back 4 Blood, and I'm looking forward to the Resident Evil VR. But I got them mixed up because Resident Evil comes out on the 21st, and Back 4 Blood comes out on the 12th. And I thought Resident Evil was coming out this week, so I'm a little bummed that it's Back 4 Blood instead of Resident Evil VR. But I'm still happy that I get to play Back 4 Blood. So
yeah, for sure. Well, it's probably not gonna be worth it. No, I'm just kidding. It's not a good game. No, but
I played the beta. It was fun. So
it was all right. Yeah. We're done with this week's releases. We're gonna jump on over to currently playing. Brent, let's get into it. You said you have a lot of shit.
I got a lot of shit I've been playing, so buckle your seatbelt. Yeah.
Sorry, Krusty Antiques. If we don't talk too much on the chat, we'll get to you. We're just trying to get through the rigmarole stuff, like the reading all these games and stuff. But yeah, soccer on, dude. I can't play any soccer games. I tried FIFA. Actually, I can tell you one good soccer game, and that's Mario Strikers on GameCube. That game was hella dope.
That was my game right there back in the day. Anyways, currently playing.
Yeah.
So I got a lot to talk about, but so at the beginning of the week, I was bored, and I was like, what can I do? And I was like, what do I like? I really want to play. I just, sometimes you just get the urge to play a specific thing, and nothing will scratch that urge. And I really wanted to play Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects.
Oh, dude, what?
I really wanted to play it.
How'd you find it? How'd you play it?
Well, the only way to, okay, so the problem with that is, the only version of that game that I really like is the PSP version, because it, gets behind the character. Like, the camera angle is
like
so
third
much
person.
better. Yeah, and there's, more characters almost. I don't know. I just fucking love the PSP version. So I got an emulator on my computer for PSP, but I found it's not just any emulator, okay?
I found the emulator.
It is the emulator, dude. If you want to emulate PSP games, get PPSSPP. That's what the emulator is called. I'm serious. And it's not just it not only does it run your PSP games perfectly and have perfect built-in controller support and everything, but it upscales the resolution of your PSP games to 4K. It fucking makes it all 60 frames per second. You can add filters over it, so you can add anti-aliasing. You can add a cartoony filter over your game if you want. You can it's crazy the amount of
customization.
Yeah, you can basically remaster your favorite PSP games and then play through them again. So I was playing God of War, Chains of Olympus in a 4K resolution, fucking
I bet that looked weird.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
It looks better than any of the PS2 games looked. It's crazy how good it looks once you upscale it. Because honestly, the PSP games didn't look so bad. They just were super low res. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's I don't know, so it's funny because the cutscenes, you can't upscale the cutscenes like you can the actual gameplay. So the cutscenes will just be this blurry mess, and then you'll cut into the real game, and it's just beautiful, like way prettier than any of these PSP games.
I'm sure the controls feel a little weird though.
Yeah, a little bit, but that's because the PSP only had one thumbstick. You know what I mean? So a lot of the games are designed around one thumbstick. You know what I mean? But it still works for the most part, as long as you just don't, you just go to whack the other thumbstick and then nothing happens, But most of the games, have built pretty well around it. You know what I mean?
So tell me about Rise of the Imperfects, though.
Well, so that's why I got it, right, to play Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects. But once I booted up Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects and started playing it, I went on a fucking spree. And I went to this website, and I downloaded, every PSP game, ever. And, these are just the PSP games that I got around to actually playing a little bit of, if I even played it a little bit. So I have way more PSP games on my computer that I didn't even touch, but these are just the ones that I played a little bit of. So I played a little bit of Wolverine Origins, which was the ROM was kind of messed up on that one for some reason. Yeah. So there's lines through the middle of the screen. So that was the only ROM that didn't really work that well. I played Tony Hawk Underground 2 Remix, which is fucking awesome when you upscale it and have it looking good, on your emulator and shit. And
but how does the camera work if you can't use your left thumbstick?
With Tony Hawk Underground 2, it just followed you. The camera just, followed you. It stayed centered behind you.
I feel I couldn't do it. I would just get annoyed,
It works good on a skateboarding game, specifically,
really?
When you have to have, the camera. You basically need the camera behind you most of the time anyways.
No, but I'd keep wanting to move my, thumbs. I feel like that would just throw me off too much.
I don't know, man. It's it doesn't seem to matter to me that much, because most of the time I don't use that thumbstick that much in Tony Hawk games anyways. You know what I mean?
True.
Just to look around and look for skate letters and stuff. You know what I mean? But generally speaking,
it's not that big of a deal.
It's not that big of a deal. But anyways, I played Tony Hawk Underground 2 Remix. I played God of War Chains of Olympus.
Nice.
So the biggest thing about God of War Chains of Olympus, they found a great way around this, because in God of War you use the thumbstick to dodge, and do rolls and stuff.
Yeah.
And with Chains of Olympus, you just hold both of the triggers at the same time, and then you push the other thumbstick in the way you want to roll. So you can still roll, and it basically compensates for everything. I played Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, which looks surprisingly good when you blow it up on a big screen.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, which again looks great. Persona 3 Portable, I started that. I found out that Persona 3 Portable is a little different than the other Persona 3. In the other Persona 3, there's parts where you're walking around the level, and in Persona 3 Portable, it's just literally a cursor instead of your character, and you can click on other characters to interact with them, and say it's weird. But I think I want to go find a different version of that and play the PS2 or 1 version or whatever it came out on originally. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yo, Krusty, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 is the best.
Dude, yeah, Tony 2 was so good. The music.
I like the title Tony 2, dude. You just came up with the
that's
dopest.
What they needed when they reboot the series. Finally, it just needs to be called Tony. Dude.
Tony, dude. Hell yeah, I like that.
So anyways, I played Persona 3 Portable. I played Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which is a hidden gem.
That's a classic.
That shit was slaps, dude. There's so many different characters. And Ultimate Alliance 2, I got it on there.
Let's not say it's the best, though. It's like
it's
Diablo.
Not the best, but it's a lot of fun for what it was. You know what I mean?
It's definitely better with friends, though.
Oh, for sure. And then I played UFC Undisputed 2010. Which is actually surprisingly good. They've been making dope UFC games for a while now.
It's interesting that 2010 there was a PSP game coming out. I can't believe it was that. That's
recent?
Not that recent. That's a decade ago.
I know. More than over a decade ago.
You just see me slowly just shrivel and just
like
wither
that movie,
away.
Fucking M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, old.
Anyway, so that's all the PPSS PP games I was playing. So, I've still got a shitload of games that I haven't even touched yet, like the Metal Gear Acid games and Metal Gear Peace Walker.
Metal Gear Acid was basically Final Fantasy Tactics, right?
No, it was like its own card game. It was
like a card game.
Yeah, it was like a mix between a tactics game and a Hearthstone or something. It was really cool how they did it. I don't know.
It was weird.
But I liked it.
They had 2 of those, by the way.
Yeah, and apparently Acid 2, which I have downloaded, I just haven't played it, is
better than the first
is
one.
better. It's got like 300 more cards or something that you can get. I don't know. But like the graphics on the first one I kind of like more. Like the second one is all cel shaded and stuff, and the first one is like more realistic art style. I don't know. Either way, they're both pretty good. Anyways, so that's all the PSP games I was playing. And like, man, I got to play something new. I tried to get that graphics card last week. I went all the way to Houston. I couldn't get it. I fucking tried to get a PS5. I couldn't get one. I was like, man, fuck it. I'm going to get myself a game to make myself feel better. So I got Far Cry 6. And I've been playing that. It's pretty good. But I got to say, like, something about the characters look kind of janky or something. Like, I don't know. Like,
they look cartoony. That's what I say. They look like Herb Sims in the city.
Like all the other Far Cry games have been like striking realism has been one of the things that it's like always strived for. You know, like I remember at the beginning of Far Cry 3, like seeing the like light twinkling off of Vaz's eyes, and you're like, damn. That's epic. You know what I mean? and this game, it's just like I'm not getting that. Like, okay. The scenery is really great, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the level design is excellent. The sun rays coming over the fucking trees and stuff are, like, next level looking. Like, that's all what I expect from Far Cry, and that's all there, you know? But the fucking character models look stupid. Like, I don't know what it is. They look stiff and janky, and, like, something about the game itself just feels rushed. Like Cyberpunk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a really fun game, and I'm really enjoying it, but it's like, I feel like they rushed it out, and like, you can tell. Like, earlier, I was playing one part of the game, and there's like these treasure hunts where you gotta like climb, like, you know, walls and find like secret passageways to get to this treasure, you know, like, and I'm climbing this wall, and like, I climbed up the wall, and it just like, he climbs into the wall and just clips through the fucking level. And like, it happened to me like 5 different times. Like I basically had to fight the game mechanics to not make him clip all the way through this wall and just get stuck in the wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just janky, weird shit like that that's all over the game. You know what I mean? Like, there's cutscenes where like their eyeballs will pop out of their head for a second and like go back in. Like, textures won't load in all the way sometimes, so you just have these like muddy, like your graphics on your, like, okay, the steering wheel will be so detailed you can see the little like speckles on the steering wheel, but then right behind it, the like speedometer is like, you can't read the speedometer because the texture is all blurry and muddy. You know what I mean?
The fuck?
It's like, it's weird how it works. Like, or like, for instance, your hands, like your arms will have tattoos and like the textures won't load in right, so they'll be all fucked up looking, but then like your gun is like perfectly ray traced, gleaming, fucking, like, it doesn't make any sense, you know?
Yeah, that sounds like a update needs to happen.
Definitely.
Needs a patch.
It's really weird. But like, the gameplay is fun, you know what I mean? Like, it's got lots of fun ideas. Oh, one thing I fucking hate though is that they've basically changed, like, okay, traditional Far Cry formula, you know, like, you can just, you know, you shoot somebody in the head, they die. You know what I mean? There's no life bars or anything like that. Now, they've, like, adopted the same thing they did from Far Cry New Dawn, where every enemy has, like, life bars, and you have to, like, fight different enemies in different ways with different ammos, or else your ammo won't affect them the same way. And it basically makes all the, like, early game guns kind of obsolete. Like, I don't know. It's, like, really weird how they did it, and I'm not a huge fan of it. Like,
wait, so there's people that you can headshot and it doesn't kill them?
Yeah, especially, like, lieutenants. Like, if you roll up on a base and there's, like, a lieutenant, you know what I mean?
Is he wearing, like, a helmet, or is it just his head is just,
well, yeah, but, I mean, I don't give a shit, dude. If I shoot you with a fucking sniper rifle in the dome sickle, it shouldn't just take away half your health bar. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't care if I've got the wrong kind of ammunition loaded in my fucking gun. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, and there's only 2 difficulties. There's, like, normal difficulty and, like, you're a pussy if you play this mode difficulty. You know what I mean? Those are the only 2 options. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and the game's not, like, hard. It's just, like, kind of irritating because it's like, you know, I shouldn't, like, again, I like to, like, the way I like to play Far Cry 6, I like to, like, or Far Cry 5 and 4 and 3, is like I like to like circle around the base and like scope every angle out, and then like once I'm 100% sure I can just John Wick everybody, I like go in and just kill everybody like really really fast, you know, like I'll blink 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 blink, and then it's like base liberated, you know. But it's like you can't do that as effectively in this game because of the like weird health bar system, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's still a lot of fun, and it still feels like Far Cry. But there's some things I have issues with about it that make it maybe my least enjoyable entry into the series since, you know, 2? I don't know. But, like, I still am liking it a lot. It's just, I don't know. There's things I really like and things I really don't like.
Yeah.
And one of the things I really don't like is that combat thing and the weird character models. I don't know. It's still a lot of fun, and I'm still going to play through the whole game probably, you know. It does feel like it's got a lot of content in it, which is a good thing, I guess. So, I don't know, you know. Anyways, so I played that.
Appreciate it, Krusty. You're awesome.
Hey, you're awesome, Krusty. Then I went and played the PS5 like I was talking about.
Yeah.
And I got to try several different games on the PS5. So I got to try Demon Souls, which was spectacular looking.
Oh, I'm sure that game probably looks just phenomenal.
I mean, it looked so freaking good. Like, it was just incredible, especially on the OLED TV, dude. It was just like stupid looking.
That's kind of my problem with Elden Ring or whatever that I was talking about before. I was like, have you seen how good this game looks?
Compared,
and then Elden Ring looks like an N64 game.
The problem is Elden Ring is being made by From Software, whereas
Blue Point
made the other. Blue Point's like their interpretation of like what From Software should have done, you know what I mean?
Well, it's weird because apparently they made it like from scratch. Like they didn't just go in and take the source code and then just add to it.
No, there's no way you're gonna make it look that good.
Yeah, they were just like
doing that, you know.
They had to figure out the physics and everything like on their own. Like, and
it plays really well too. It feels crazy. Like a Souls game. Like when you're playing it, it feels just like Dark Souls 3 or something. You know what I mean? It's awesome. Oh, yeah. Far Cry 1 is a little weird. You know,
it's
honestly,
older, yeah.
The Far Cry 3 kind of changed the formula. So, like, if you're going to play Far Cry, I wouldn't even mess with the first 2 games. I would just go straight to 3 and just move on from there. Yeah, because it gets a lot more enjoyable at 3.
Yeah. Yeah, Krusty, play Far Cry 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were playing Demon Souls.
So I played Demon Souls, and I only played a little bit of that because, you know, it's just hard as hell.
Fuck, yeah.
And then I switched over to the Battlefield 2042 beta, which I got to play a little bit.
That?
It was really, really cool. It's a lot. It really feels like the Bad Company Battlefield. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Like, the battles are so large scale, and everything's blowing up. And, like, the PS5, I got to say, it is just a solid 60 frames per second. Everything's loading up really fast. Like, I was thoroughly impressed with it overall. I got to play Astro's Playroom, which is, like, lets you try the, like, adaptive triggers and shit, which is the only game I really got to try the adaptive triggers with in this sit-down, but it was still really cool. Like, when you, like, I can't even, like, I could describe it. It's like a tension, but like when you pull in like a bowstring or something, like it's just really, really cool.
Yeah.
Or like they make you squish a light bulb until it breaks, and you can like feel the tension, and then when it breaks, the trigger releases really quickly, so it feels like it's just
that's cool
breaking in your hand. I don't know. It was really neat. I played that, and I played Alan Wake Remastered a little bit. And that shit was looking really good, you know.
Better than you expected?
No, not really. Just about as good as I expected. And then Battlefield 5. I played a little bit of Battlefield 5 just for, you know.
Just to play some.
Just to try it out. Try one of the old games updated on the new console. And it looks great, too.
Yeah.
So, you know, all around, I've been playing a lot of games. I had a lot of fun, you know. And I want a PS5 even more than ever now because like that was freaking sweet,
especially after getting just betrayed by the 3060.
Bro, I'm not even gonna try anymore. My 2060 will just be fine for now.
Yeah,
I'll play my games at 1080p, medium settings, whatever. I don't give a shit.
Apparently, you can't even find like fucking like like anything close to even in the 20 series, like you can't find them right now.
I'll tell you what you can find.
What's that?
You can find AMD's new cards, and they look. I mean,
that's because nobody wants them, dog.
They're fucking powerful.
They are, but they ain't nothing.
The 6000 series. I mean, I'm just saying, man.
Yeah.
You know, they fucking Micro Center had shelves and shelves of 67, 68, 6900.
But there's a reason. There's a reason, my boy.
Because they're expensive. That's what it is.
Yeah, they're expensive.
If they were the same price as like the MSRP, you know, RTX cards, like they would be worth buying. Like they're really pretty good. Like I don't know. I mean, the drivers suck with AMD, but like the actual cards themselves are pretty decent.
Yeah. So I played Warzone, of course. So a new season started. Cool, whatever. I'm sucking because I took like 2 weeks off, and going back, everyone's just a master. But then I downloaded Visage or or however the fuck you say that.
Did you figure out how to make it work?
So the whole point of the game, like I figured out I don't like it, and it's because of the game, like what it is. So you're in this house, and you basically just have to go through and open up the house, like, to really do anything. So like you're spending all this time just looking for keys to open the house further and further, like get to different areas and light up the areas, you know, and then the ghost just keeps turning the lights off on you the whole time.
That's all that happened to me was just the ghost would turn the fucking light off and on.
Well, because your sanity gets like further and further, and the more further away, like more paranormal shit happens until you die or whatever.
I guess I stayed pretty sane in my playthrough because fucking nothing happened.
Yeah, well,
for hours.
If you go into the dark, then like you'll die. Like, and if you stay in there for too long. So, like, you know, I just kept opening more and more shit, and, like, it just got boring. Like, I honestly just got bored because that's the whole concept, is to open up everything, and then story happens.
Did anything scary happen at all?
No, nothing happened.
Damn,
like, there's no jump scares as far as I got.
I wanted it to be scary so bad because it's beautiful looking. Like,
well, it looked bad on Game Pass.
Oh, really?
On Game Pass, you can't go above 720p for some reason.
Oh, God.
Like,
I had it looking good on PC. It was just like, I don't know, man. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Krusty.
Yeah,
hey.
we don't know why either.
Hey, tell them about us.
Tell them millions. No, yeah, we're just chilling, man. Just having some fun. But also, I downloaded it because I got bored with Visage. I was like, I got to play something. So I downloaded Nier Automata.
Oh, how's that?
It's actually really good. It's really interesting. It's not anything like I expected. It's more so this like it's like if Hideo Kojima made a game outside of Metal Gear that wasn't like Death Stranding. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like it literally feels like a Hideo Kojima game. So like it's like this whole concept of like, you know, questioning like AI and like the, you know, whether or not, you know, like it's right and like all this stuff, like, but in a weird way, because like it's like I can't really explain what's happening, but like Earth was in like the year 5020 or something is invaded by alien robots or whatever, and then so all the surviving humans flee to the moon. And then after like 10 years or 10 or 20 years or something, they come back to try and take the Earth back. And then like the way that they do it is they created these like androids, and like the androids like stay on these ships outside of the planet, like in these rings, and then they'll like deploy to Earth to you know, do whatever they're doing and help the resistance and all this stuff.
Oh, that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, but the gameplay is interesting because it switches between like, you know, like this like those shoot 'em up games where like you're like in a ship and you're like shooting things and like moving out of the way,
Star Fox,
like Star Fox. Yeah. So like when during certain parts of the game, like you'll be in like a Star Fox type situation and you're like dodging stuff and shooting, and then you'll land on the ground and then you're in this big open world and like doing all this stuff, like close to like, I'd say like the gameplay is similar to like Bayonetta, like in the fighting and stuff like that. But just really interesting. I'm only like 4 hours in though.
That sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, I think the game is like, close to 100 hours, if not more or something. So we'll see how it goes. I've gotten to the open world area and like I've been upgrading chips and stuff, and it's been interesting. But yeah, so that's what I've been playing. If you guys want to let us know what you've been playing, you can drop it in the chat, or you can head on over to facebook.com/group/GameSpeak podcast, join the group, and you can always talk with us there. We're always just chatting it up with the homies. So we're gonna jump on over to the topic of today's show, the meat and potatoes of the show. And today's topic is upcoming horror games that look promising. Okay, so I love horror games. Brent loves horror games.
Yeah, we're big horror fans.
Yeah. So we figured, why not look towards the future and see what's there and what we think might be really good when it does finally come out. So, Brent, let's get into this. I got 5 of them.
I got a lot of them over here. So why don't you go first?
Yeah, let me go first.
Just in case, because I'm sure I've probably got all the. How about you actually just drop all 5 of yours right now, and then I'll pick up, because I'm sure I've got all of yours on here. I've got a pretty extensive list of like
everything.
Maybe not everything, but a lot of good horror games coming out.
Okay, we'll go through mine first then, because I like hand-selected mine.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, we got Deathground. I don't know if you've seen this.
No,
yeah.
What is this?
So Deathground is supposedly coming 2022. They don't really have a release date or anything, but it's an indie development team that includes people who worked on titles such as Alien Isolation, Soma, and Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs. So Deathground is a solo and co-op survival horror game that throws players into a desperate battle for survival against deadly AI dinosaurs.
What?
Yeah. So there's like a trailer out for it, and so like it's basically like a horror version of Jurassic Park. Like it's almost like Dino Crisis, like in a way, but it's first person, and like you're just kind of like walking around with like a flashlight trying to get through this facility. There was like an outbreak of like dinosaurs at this lab. Very Jurassic Park. Okay.
Very Alien Isolation too. I can see like raptors being a similar threat to like the alien.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's like they're trying to make the AI like super smart, kind of like
Jurassic Park, where he's turning the handle.
Clever girl. Yeah, but then there's like also T-Rex and all this shit. Like, so it looks really cool, and the fact that it's coming from the Alien Isolation people, I think it's going to be at least decent.
Yeah, that's exciting. I didn't even hear about that. Is there a trailer or something?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, there's a trailer for it.
I gotta
with
check
gameplay.
This out.
So next for me is. So I'm just going to run through my...
Yeah, let me have it.
This one's actually coming out this week, and it was part of upcoming games. It's called Chasing Static.
Okay.
I watched somebody play a demo of this, like on YouTube, and it looks awesome. This is coming October 14th. So it's a psychological horror short story. So explore the untouched wilderness of rural Wells as you uncover the forgotten remains of a mysterious facility and find the truth behind the missing villagers of Hearth. So this game is like it's got like a low poly look. It's a first person game. It's the game that like the background behind us.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So it's like you like pull up to this cafe and the lights go out and like you like see like the girl that you went there to meet, like she just like is like being held up to the ceiling, like almost like like Exorcist type situation, and then like you pass out, and then whenever you wake up she's gone, everything's fucked up, and like you're in this town, you have no way to leave, and so like you start going and like you get a phone call, like it's based in the 90s, so like and it looks like a PlayStation 1 game basically. I love that low poly look for horror.
Yeah.
And so, like, you get this call on the phone there, and it's like, go into the woods or whatever. And so, like, you start exploring the woods.
Oh, I'm going to check that out. Where are you finding all these great games, man? I felt like I was, like, scouring the internet last night, and I haven't heard of any of this.
I just be looking, dude.
Damn,
I just be
dog.
looking out there. Next one I got is the Outlast Trials, which I'm sure you got on there.
Oh, man, we still got to talk about
it. Yeah, so I guess we might as well talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
The Outlast Trials is coming in 2022. It's a survival survival horror game. You can play by yourself or with other players online. You'll have to survive the twisted, sadistic, and bizarre experiments of the Murkoff Corporation alone or in a group of up to 4 players.
You can actually watch us play Outlast 2 on our YouTube channel if you're
YouTube.com/create for sanity. Those were good days.
Spooky stuff. Outlast always delivers for me. You know, I feel like I liked Outlast 1 more than I liked Outlast 2, but Outlast 2 was still a great game.
It was really great.
You know?
Yeah, I'm very interested, though, to see what this is going to be. Like, it looks like they're wearing VR headsets.
It almost seems like they're implying it's going to be multiplayer or something.
They are implying that.
So
it's going to be up to 4 players.
That's going to be crazy, dude. Like, how are you going to keep it scary? You know, that's what I want to know. I'm so curious. Like,
well, I mean, Phasmophobia is multiplayer, and it's scary.
It is scary.
Yeah, so could be the same. You know, like, they'll find ways, but it looks like Saw almost, like, in a way. It looks like they're going for a different version of horror than the other ones. But anyways, Martha is Dead is a game that's coming late 2021. Martha is Dead is a dark first-person psychological thriller set in 1944 Italy that blurs the lines between reality, superstition, and the tragedy of war. As conflict intensifies between German and Allied forces, the desecrated body of a woman is found drowned. Martha. Martha is dead, and her twin sister Giulia, the young daughter of a German soldier, must alone deal with the acute trauma of loss and the fallout from her murder. The hunt for her truth is shrouded by mysterious folklore and the extreme horror of war that draws ever closer. This game has a cool trailer out for it and like some gameplay. It looks really interesting.
Another one I haven't heard of over here.
Yeah, it's like the whole game is in Italian, like the language and everything, but it looks really creepy. And like it has this whole like folklore around like the woman being drowned in the water and like how her spirit wanders around like this lake. And then like it's like photorealistic looking. So like which adds to like the horror. So like, you know, you're going to end up, you know, possibly, you know, having to deal with this lady trying to drown you in the lake, you know, like because she wants revenge or whatever. But
sounds pretty creepy.
Looks creepy. Anyway, so finally, my number one, the one that I'm looking forward to the most is Choo Choo Charles, which is coming Q1 2022.
Oh, jeez.
So this game, no, it sounds like garbage. It sounds like, okay, this is going to be like a Slender Man just knockoff thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the mechanics of this game sound super unique. It sounds like something that I've never seen before. So you navigate an island, an open world island in an old train that you upgrade over time and use it to fight the evil sentient train that terrorizes your home. Charles is hungry. Don't be his next meal.
So you're also a train?
No, you are it's a first-person game. Like, there's a trailer out for this. You need to see this. So you first person, you're wandering around, and this half spider, half train thing is like searching for you. It's on the prowl, like hunting you down. You have your own train that you can hop into, and so you look at the map.
Okay, so you're not a sentient train.
No,
also.
no.
Okay, got it.
No,
sorry.
So you hop in this train.
I didn't know if it was like a train versus train type thing.
It is technically train versus train because you get in your train. Like, you hop in it and you flee from Charles, and like your whole point is to get away from Charles as far as you can, and then look for scraps and speak to the local village people, and like you're trying to get more and more stuff to deck out your train and survive, like as you're running through these woods and stuff. And then once you get your train like hooked up with like all these like guns and stuff like that, the final point of the game is that you try to call Charles out so you can kill him. So like
that actually does sound like a lot of fun.
It's a really cool idea.
It'd be cool if it was multiplayer.
That's what I was thinking. It would be a cool co-op game.
4 players all have to jump on the train, like get to the train.
Yeah, and like
your
you
friends
just see it just like
by Charles. Fucking, yeah, that would be pretty creepy.
It looks so scary and it looks so cool. Like just the concept. Now the only problem I have with this is that it's being made by one person. And it's being made, but the graphics are amazing.
It's a little sketchy, you know.
But this is his third game, apparently. So it's not like he's just some new, you know, like he's like a prodigy apparently. Like there's some kid, he's like 20 years old, and like he took the concept from Stephen King's you know, Choo Choo Charlie or whatever, or Choo Choo Charles, or no, it's Choo Choo Charlie. Is like it was a Stephen King book or whatever for kids about this like sentient train. So like, you know, he's got a good grasp on horror, you know, like it's not like he's just coming out of this like, oh, well, I'm just going to make some dumb Slender Man thing based on like the train from, you know, like the memes or whatever. Like he's actually putting some thought into this and like, you know, trying to make it creepy.
We'll have to see.
Have you watched the trailer for this?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, that's why you are saying this. If you saw the trailer, you'd be like, dude, I want this game.
I definitely don't doubt that it's dope. You know, I'm just saying, one-man teams always sketch me out. Ever since Megaton Rainfall, that game looked like it was going to be just the titties, and it was not. It was the saggy titties.
Oh, damn, not the saggy titties.
Yeah.
That's sad. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, well, cool. Sounds like you got some good ones, and honestly, most of those weren't even on my list. Most of mine are more generic, but I will still read them out because, like all of you, I'm hyped for the horror, and there's a lot coming. So, of course, we've got Dead Space Remake coming. You know, got to talk about that. We don't even have to talk about it, but, you know,
you get the point.
Dead Space is getting remade. It's going to be sick. It's going to be, like, totally fresh.
I'm waiting on that one because, I mean, you could play Dead Space 1 through 3 on Game Pass right now, but I haven't played.
They hold up pretty good. Like, they really do. Maybe not if you're playing it on Xbox, but if you're on PC, they hold up really well.
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's new game. It got pushed back a little bit, but this looks like a different thing with Five Nights. It's not just like your typical Five Nights at Freddy's kind of like flash game style game. It's like an Outlast version of Five Nights at Freddy's where you're like walking around the place and the animatronic things are actually chasing you.
Yeah, this is his final Five Nights game too.
So I feel like it's got potential. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to be a swan song. So I feel like he's going to put a lot of effort into it, you know.
One that's probably not going to be as scary as the other games on my list, but still probably really fun to play, is going to be the Evil Dead game coming out.
Yeah, it's horror themed, but it's not horror. Like, it's more so just like another Left 4 Dead type game.
Yeah. But they pushed it back so they could do a single-player component to it, which should be really cool. I don't know. Yeah. I definitely think it's one to keep your eye on. Another one that's not, another two that aren't going to be scary, but definitely worth playing. Dying Light 2
definitely
is going to be cool and horror-themed, I guess. And Rainbow Six Extraction. I don't think either of those are going to be really scary.
No.
But they'll probably be a lot of fun to play and have like a horror coat of paint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw something about this earlier because like somebody was questioning like whether books can actually be scary or not, which I think they can.
Of course they can. You've never read a scary book? Like, if you haven't read enough books if you haven't ever been scared by a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've never been, like, sitting in your room reading and just been, like...
Some people just can't get afraid from a book. All right, that's all I'm saying. And so the question brought this about that, like, maybe rather than saying, like, there's a lot of things that are not horror, but they're gothic, like... themed, you know, like they have like these like gothic themes to them, or like horror, like gothic horror themes to them, like zombies and like, you know, scary, like, you know, just monsters and stuff like that, but they're not actually scary. They just have that gothic coat over them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's more so what it is. Not that it's just like a, because you want to say horror, but like a kid could play it and not be scared. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah, I don't know what you'd call it. Just gothic. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like they might have scary moments, you know, where something pops out and you're like, whoa, you know? But like, it's like
the Addams Family. you technically should be scared, but it's not scary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a hand and it walks on its own.
So, okay, two more that aren't so scary but still worth mentioning. Ghostwire Tokyo. I don't think this is going to be scary, but
I don't know. It looks like it.
That's why
be.
I'm bringing it up, because it's made by the people who made The Evil Within, which had some pretty weird, creepy shit going on. You know what I mean?
The game was scary for like 2 seconds, and then it was just a good game.
So I feel like the first Evil Within was a lot scarier than the second Evil Within. Like, the first one had creepier enemies throughout the whole game and just an overall more tense, like, atmosphere. And the second one was just not scary. It was fun.
Yeah.
And, I don't know.
The first one was just long in the tooth. I think, like, if they wouldn't have made it so long, it would have been scarier. Like, you just got so used to
See, the second one I almost felt was, like, too short. I think they probably realized they made the first one too long and tried to, like...
They need a middle ground, but also, like, more creepy stuff happening.
Definitely. But yeah, so that one and then System Shock redo.
Yeah, that looks tight. I never got to play that because
me either, but the
young.
enemies look creepy as fuck to me. Something about those weird eyes kind of just freak me out. You know what I mean?
Though have you seen the trailer for Redo or anything?
Yeah, I have.
Like, they've changed the creature or like the
really?
cyborgs a lot. Like, they don't look as scary anymore.
Oh, I don't like that.
It's very upsetting.
I like how scary they look. Well, either way, that's my, like, those are the ones that aren't as scary. These are the ones that I actually do expect to be relatively scary.
Yeah.
We have They Are Here. This game is on Steam. Like, it's not out yet, but you can play a demo of it either on itch.io or Steam or something. The demo is actually pretty creepy, and I've played this. It's an alien game, and it's going to be kind of like Outlast or something, like a walking simulator, running simulator, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's like alien themed. So like you're a guy and you're getting abducted and like your aliens are chasing you around like a farm type area with cornfields and shit. It seems pretty good from the little demo I played.
There's a couple of alien focused or like UFO focused horror games.
There's
coming
one
out.
I didn't put on my list, but a lot of people were talking about it called like Welcome to Roswell or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
A lot of people are talking about that one. I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being like a sleeper hit.
Yeah.
And then you got Sons of the Forest coming out.
That looks creepy, but that's just the Forest. The sequel.
Yeah, it's The Forest 2. And the first one was such a good game, I feel like there's no way the Sons of the Forest will be.
Yeah, the first one's also pretty terrifying.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That game scares the shit out of me sometimes, dude. I'm not even going to lie. Especially in VR.
Those
it's almost
cannibal
unplayable.
dudes, it's like, what is happening? Those weird baby crawling things.
Oh my god, yes. And then we have the next entry in the Dark Pictures anthology, House of Ashes. So I'm excited about that one. The first two Dark Pictures anthology games weren't that great. Well, actually, Man of Medan wasn't that great. The next one was a little bit better, but still not that great. But I'm hoping this one brings it back to the Until Dawn. You know, I still have faith in Supermassive Games, you know. What up, DD Kiwi?
Yeah, DD Kiwi.
And my last one is Resident Evil 4 VR, which is coming out later this month. So
I forgot to put that on there. But yeah, that looks interesting.
That's the one I'm super hyped about. I think that's my most hyped game maybe of the whole year. So I'm excited about that.
I'm very hyped for that. I just got to get a VR headset, so we'll see. But yeah, those are the horror games that happen to be coming up pretty soon that look quite scary.
Yeah,
or quite promising.
Pretty freaky, promising.
Of all of them, though, Choo Choo Charles the most.
I'm going to go look that up when I get home. I'm not even going to
I'm really upset that you haven't seen the trailer for Choo Choo Charles. This is going to be great. Anyways, we're going to jump on over to the People's Champ, which is the person who has written us in a question that looks just so good to answer. So we have a lot of questions actually this week.
We really do. You know, but I think we've only got one clear winner.
Who is it?
It's Jason Derulo.
Oh, Jason Derulo. No, he just like writes us in a question.
He says, "What is your favorite Mario Party minigame of all time?"
Oh, that's tough. I think we actually didn't we do an episode over like the best Mario Party minigames?
I don't know.
I feel like we should have if we haven't.
It's hard for me. Like, that's a tough question. That's one that
really
requires a lot of thought.
It does, but I think I can
narrow
jump
it down
to like a couple.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the one The Bumper Balls game is
Bumper
always
Balls
the best.
immediately comes to mind. Yeah, Bumper Balls is good. Crazy Cutters is always fun, where you like outline the thing.
Oh, with the jackhammers.
Jackhammer, yeah.
That's a tough one. That's a really tough one.
I've always been good at it. I think that's why I like that one.
And
I like the one on the new game where you flip the piece of meat in the pan.
You got to sear the sides.
Yeah, that
dude.
shit is so beautiful.
That is really beautiful. Like get the candy out of the jar, like, or you just gotta.
Oh yeah.
You just gotta just give a hand job to the jar. That one's interesting. I think the best one though, probably the number one is. It's got to be Bumper Balls.
Bumper Balls, yeah.
Or the one where you like go down in the luge, like the.
Nah, fuck that game.
That game's hard.
Bumper Balls.
Or the one where you have to work together to like move the fucking.
Nah, fuck that game too. Bumper Balls, dude.
All right, Bumper Balls.
None of those games compared to. The only game that comes close to Bumper Balls is the one where you're on the boat and you're like fishing for stuff and you like drop your little hook down and you like grab money bags and bring them back up.
Oh, great times.
That one's good.
Classics.
Yeah, great question, Jason.
Yeah, dude. Appreciate it.
We have lots of other user questions or listener questions.
User questions. Quit using us.
No, but you users.
Outside of the People's Champ, we always have the listeners' questions. So, who are the listener questions?
Let's see. We got another one here from Jason. He says, "Oh wait, just share with your fans not to take out the screen." Oh, never mind. He just wants us to tell you not to take the screen protector off your Nintendo Switch OLED. Sounds like somebody had a bad experience.
Yeah, apparently that's an issue. Like they don't make this clear. Like you can actually pull the screen protector off, not realizing that it's supposed to be on there. So
interesting.
Yeah, there was an article over it, but I figured we'd just let Jason bring that up. So if you get the OLED. Be wary of this.
Good to know.
Yeah.
All right, we got Cody Goolsby here. He says, is it possible y'all can do a live stream from Renfest and talk about the best medieval games this season? Lots of gaming-inspired accessories are there. Zelda, Assassin's Creed, Skyrim, Warcraft, etc.
Cody, this is absolutely a thing we can do and will do.
We could camp there. We could have like an overnight. Oh, it could be crazy.
The only thing is we got to have access to Wi-Fi that can handle a stream. If not, we can just do the episode without the stream.
Would a mobile hotspot work?
I don't think that would work. Like, I don't think it would be powerful enough to get all of this happening.
Devin is our resident
tech guy.
Well, I was gonna say Ren Fair guy, but
Ren Fair guy.
So he can. We'll get him on this project, and we will get back to you shortly. But yeah, it's looking good, Cody.
Yeah,
you can do that.
Slide up in my DMs. You know what I'm saying? Like, just slide up in my DMs.
All
Cody,
up in them DMs.
Yeah, just please slide into my DMs and let me know whether or not that we'll have access to Wi-Fi out there. Because if we do, then we can live stream it. If not, we'll just have to do a normal episode.
Yeah, which would still be great.
Yeah, it'd still be fun, and we could get all these different people to like pop up. Like we could kind of coordinate it beforehand. Like we could talk to a couple people that we know are going to be there. And then, be like, hey, come up with your favorite like medieval game. Like we could pick like 5 people to then switch out. Like we'll have them ready. We'll plan a time for when we're going to do the episode. And when we think we'll hit the topic of the show, have them nearby, have them hop on, give their thing, and then move through it. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be tight.
Yeah, I like that.
Anyways.
All right. Moving on. We got Brian Moctezuma here. He says, why do the Steam servers suck when you got to download big ass games? Like, everything else I download is super fast, but Steam just likes to fuck me where the sun don't shine. I agree, Brian. Do you kiss your mother with that mouth? No, I'm just kidding. But
just judge him, dude.
No, I'm just kidding. I totally agree with what you're saying.
I think there's a problem with the Blizzard thing, like the Activision Blizzard, like for like downloading updates and stuff for Warzone specifically is just horrible.
Sounds like you guys just need to get on the Epic Game Store, you know what I'm saying?
No, just kidding.
Just kidding. Okay, we got Hans Yodel here.
The Yodelmeister.
He says, I can't believe they just announced Squid Game Season 2 already, produced by GameSpeak Podcast. You guys gotta tell us what games you guys have in store for your next season.
Yeah, I'm glad that we got the call. You know,
they just trusted us.
Yeah,
it's the right move on their part.
Maybe. The best, what games should they throw in there?
I think it'd be fun if they did an American Squid Games where it was like, not like change the show, but like season 2 is just some rich people doing the same thing in America or something. You know what I mean? Not necessarily because I want it to be like Americanized.
Wow, dude, way to whitewash Squid Game, bro.
I just want the games.
It wouldn't even be called Squid Game anymore.
I just want the games from America.
It'd be kickball.
Like. Exactly.
It would literally be like the kid games from like our childhood.
Exactly.
We'd have kickball, tetherball.
You know what you'd need is like double Dutch rope jumping, like where
go.
The two people are like. So you'd have two of the triangle guys holding the rope and like making people jump.
No. Hold on. First off, you got the triangle guys standing there with guns.
Right.
All right.
No, they got a gun in one hand and they're.
No, it's on a machine. It's like set up so you can have all 400.
Like Mario Party. That's another good Mario Party game.
Mario Party minigame. But yes, so you just have like this mechanical thing set up where it's just going around and around. But check it out.
It's like a cable and it cuts your ankles off.
It'll literally cut you in half. Like,
oh, God.
So it cuts your legs off. You drop down and it just cuts you into pieces further and further.
And everybody's slipping in the blood and falling into the thing. And
dude, we already wrote the second season.
Okay, see, that would definitely have to be in the games.
Yeah, it's like that ghost ship movie or like at the beginning,
Oh my God, yes, where the cable cuts everybody. Yeah, that was fucked.
That would be tight, and the cable slowly gets a little bit faster.
Yes,
and faster until everybody's.
Or it like psychs you out. It'll start going fast and then go slow.
But see, I think this should be the last game because it comes down to will everyone survive or will anyone survive? Is it just gonna be 1v1?
That's got to be one of the early games where you're killing lots of people.
Yeah.
Lots of people have to die during this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, lots of people, and there's a time limit. So like it's only 2 minutes long.
Maybe you go in groups of 10, you know what I mean, or something, because you can't just like have like a rope that long, or else it just wouldn't.
No, you could. I mean, think about how big that area was in the first game on Squid Game.
Could you? I mean, I think
you just have the cable
the area
all the
would
way
be
across.
big, but it wouldn't like you couldn't have it like. It just wouldn't arc the right way if it was a certain length. You know
That's
what I
true.
mean? Like, you'd have to be short enough to where, like, the people on the ends of it could, like...
You go in groups.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. They could make it work, though.
Yeah.
One way or another. I'm not an engineer. But
all we know is jump
happen.
roping has to be involved.
Yes.
What else is there? There's kickball.
So we got kickball.
Kickball definitely would be, like, our Squid Game. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Let's see. You gotta like pick games that aren't so generic that they're like, obvious, you know what I mean? But also games that everybody played as a kid.
Yeah.
Hide and go seek. Hide and go seek would be perfect.
But didn't they do that?
Or like freeze tag. Did they do freeze tag? Where you gotta like run through their legs to unfreeze them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like if you get no, because how are you gonna play freeze tag? Who's gonna lose? Like who?
Maybe if you get seen, you get shot, and if you're like out there frozen, or like maybe if you're frozen, like and you move, it's just like the first game in Squid Game where they snipe you or something. I don't know. Maybe
so. I don't know. We need something a little bit more like competitive to the way that like if you lose, you die. Like with the freeze. It's like, that game could go on forever.
You could do like Alice in Borderland where like the person who's the seeker isn't like fucking is like a triangle dude. You know what I mean? So they're all running from like a triangle guy. He's the seeker. They're all just hiding. That would be too easy.
Yeah, it'd be too simple.
Too simple. Yeah.
Yeah. We need to step it up. We got jump rope. Jump rope's next level. Like we plotted that one out. That one makes sense.
Yeah. We don't have enough cool games in our childhood. You know what I mean? What's that game where you threw the ball into the thing and it would come out?
What?
Never mind.
Oh, the basketball?
No, man.
You're talking about the big plastic
thing? The big plastic
that
thing.
You threw the ball in?
Yeah.
And it would just randomly go to a different...
You know what I'm talking about.
Okay,
wait, what's that one game? Tetherball. Yeah, Tetherball would have to be on there. You already said that, didn't you?
I did say Tetherball,
We need Tetherball. Now that I'm thinking, the more I think about it, the more fucked up you can make Tetherball, the better it would be.
Because you could like put like knives on the ball or something and like... You know, like you basically play, and the first person to give up and like just quit because they can't take the pain of like just punching a ball with a bunch of glass sticking out of it or whatever dies. You know, so if you can just handle the pain and just keep going through it, if you're like, fuck it, I'll just keep punching this glass ball, this spiked glass ball, even though my tendons are ripped and all this shit, and you're just basically throwing a stump at it at a certain point, you know, like then, you know, you get to live, you know, but the other person must die. Maybe that's the last game.
Yeah, because you couldn't keep playing games if you only got a stump burn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you're about to get all that wand, bro. You're about to get that 40 billion wand or whatever. So I think definitely deadly tetherball, jump rope,
kickball.
Oh, kickball could be dangerous because like what if you do like you know, like a, which this is actually this is why you need to watch Hunter x Hunter. A lot of this stuff is in there, but like once you get past a certain season, which is the first season, like I was saying, there's like the whole like Alice in Borderland like Squid Game thing is literally an arc in like the second season.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
But anyways, let me think. What else is there? I think those are good.
Yeah,
we can't come up
good.
with all of
Oh,
these.
you know what? Dodgeball. You got to have dodgeball in there.
That's what we literally just said.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't know, man. Fucking A.
You were just like dodgeball.
No, I said kickball last time.
Did you say kickball?
I said kickball.
That was the first thing we mentioned, though. Like, we were like, kickball. And you're like, nah, it's too simple.
No, we said tag was too simple.
No. Before that. Like,
Look,
literally the first game.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We got games.
We got games.
You know, fuck it.
Yeah,
Squid Games, produced by us.
Watch Hunter x
Best.
Hunter, though.
Yeah, I would have. All right, we got Jonathan Oman here. He says, is Metroid Dread an innovation or just another in a line of Metroid titles? And is that a bad thing? Does a game need to be innovative to be worthwhile title in its today's game market? See, okay, this is something that I think is an interesting thing because a lot of people are like ripping Far Cry 6 because it's not innovative. And while I have a lot of problems with Far Cry 6, the fact that it sticks to the Far Cry formula is not my problem with it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you have to reinvent the wheel every fucking game. Like, you just give me a different scenario, give me a different area. Like, I want Far Cry. I know what I'm getting myself into. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that they fucking changed so much that they did. You know what I mean? Like, everybody wants the game to be so different. Everybody's like, oh, change this, change that. Like, well, this game wasn't innovative enough. This game didn't change enough. It's like, dude, fucking the fact that they're calling for all these changes are what's leading to stupid changes like the fucking health bar and stuff. Like, we don't need the fucking health bar. You know what I mean? Like, it's just making the formula that was already almost perfect just not work because all of you guys are getting complacent. Like, just don't play fucking Far Cry if you're not fucking... Like, I don't know, man. Like, to answer your question, yes...
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry because I feel like... So, I think somebody wrote Jarts, you know, as one of the games, which I didn't think about, which is like lawn darts. I could see that being interesting for the last thing. Sorry to cut you off, but we're getting so far away from the question that like I just wanted to give him his acknowledgement.
Oh no, definitely.
Yeah, which
lawn
I think it was
Krusty
that wrote that in for like a game for Squid Game that could be horrifying.
Be excellent.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. But sorry. Yeah. Thank you for writing that in. But yeah, Brent, continue.
But to answer your question, I don't necessarily think Metroid Dread is the most innovative game ever, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think the fact that it's getting like 9s and 10s across the board right now is proof that you can just stick to a formula and still have a really good game. You know, like it is. In essence, just another Metroid game.
Yeah.
But a really good one. You
know?
know?
The real question is like, do you have to get some distance between the last one before you bring the new one. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, obviously for these critics you do, but like not for me personally.
Not for Brent Bass.
You know, like I
yeah.
I am happy if you keep giving me if you keep giving me Assassin's Creed games that are the quality of the last 3 Assassin's Creed games. I don't give a shit.
You'll never get tired of it.
Yeah, I don't give a shit how frequently you put them out or like when or like dude, I will eat those shits up and I'll keep playing them. They're some of the best games that have come out like in the past 10 years and like they've put out like 3 of them. You know what I mean? Like I'm okay with that.
I like the every 2 years thing. Like give me a break.
If you can keep the quality consistent,
yes.
But if you're going to end up with a rushed feeling product like Far Cry 6, like don't get me wrong, like I think my biggest problem with Far Cry 6 right now is it feels like not even half baked, like 3/4 baked. Like it's almost there. It's just there's something like it just needs a little more polish, you know?
Yeah. For sure. And so I agree with Brent, but I also think the Metroid, being the 2D Metroid game, Dread, is something that, like, I think it's a weird example to give because we haven't had it in almost a decade. Like we haven't had a Metroid Dread type game. Well,
really Metroid in any capacity, to be honest with you. Like
we had like shitty. We had like Metroid M.
We had
other M
Metroid 2 remake, right? At some point, didn't we? For like 3DS or something like that.
Yes.
So they did do a 2D Metroid, like not necessarily like super recently, but I don't know.
No, we had like Fusion. We had like Metroid Fusion was the most recent one, and it was horrible. Not Fusion. I'm sorry. It was what was the one that they came out with recently that was like a Metroid game, but we haven't had a 2D, have we?
I don't know. The last one I can remember was the remake of 2, I think.
Yeah, it was like a remake game. Correct. Yeah, but it wasn't like a new thing.
No.
It wasn't like a sequel. Yeah, the last one we had was like in 2010 or something. It was a long time ago, dude. Right?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting caught up, but
I can Google it. Let me see.
Yeah, you Google it when that came out. I want to check our chat here because he's saying his name is Chris Bolton from Avoca, New York. Oh, so what's up, Chris? That is Krusty. His name is actually Chris, so it's good to meet you, man.
Okay, apparently there's... again, I have no idea if these are, 3D or 2D or whatever, but there's a lot more Metroid games than I knew about previously.
Yeah.
There's Metroid Samus Returns is the most recent Metroid game that came out before this, which came out in 2017.
And that was that wasn't a 2D thing, was it?
I don't know.
What is Metroid Returns?
It was a 2D thing. I think that was the remake.
That's
for
the
3
remake.
days. Yeah, that was the remake of 2, I believe.
Yeah, but before that, when was the last?
So before that, we had Metroid Federation Force in 2016.
That's the soccer game. That was like a weird, like soccer ball, like 3D game, 3DS game.
Okay,
it was horrible.
Before that, we had Metroid Other M.
That's on Wii.
Yeah, that was on Wii, and that looks like it was a 2D game also.
No,
it was like a 2.5D game. It looks like it's got 2D parts and like 3D parts.
It was a really bad game as well, though.
And then before that, in 2007, we had Metroid Prime 3, and then before that, Metroid.
But Other
Prime
M was 2010.
Hunters.
That was a decade ago.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was bad.
So really, Metroid hasn't had very many entries before. Pre-2010, we had a Metroid game almost every year.
Yeah, we had Prime and all that shit.
There was all these Prime games, but then there's Game Boy Advance Metroid games coming out, and there's a lot of Metroid back then.
Yeah. I never beat Metroid on NES either, Chris. That game is just hard as fuck. To be real, you're not alone. I think there's a lot of people that haven't beat the old Metroid games, but
it's famously hard for sure.
Especially with no save states. You would have to put in a code every time you wanted to come back.
Oh man.
But yeah, so but Metroid Fusion was great. That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
I like all the Metroid games personally. You know, even the ones that I don't know
that were hard.
Yeah.
Super
I haven't
Metroid.
played the soccer one you're talking about, but all
No.
all the other ones I enjoyed. You know,
You would not like it because it did not involve Samus at all.
weird.
Like, there's no Samus. It's just like Samus-like characters
That's really weird.
playing soccer. Anyways, we're playing a weird soccer game. Anyways, any other questions?
Yeah, let's see. We've got Aaron Jones here.
Alonzi
Jonesy says to us, "Are you getting tired of how overdone remakes and remasters are getting lately?"
We just talked about this, surprisingly. But
he
yes.
says, I'm sorry, let me read the rest of his thing because he has more to say. He says, "I agree some games need a fresh coat of paint and quality of life improvements. Not saying any are bad, but it's just tiring not seeing more original ideas pump out." Yeah, Aaron, I ranted about this earlier in the show. I totally agree with you.
And yes, Brent like already agreed with you, like not like full stop. And I agree with you too. All right, you know what I'm saying? But you said you want unique games. Choo Choo Char. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with
Look,
you.
I think we should just stop doing remakes altogether as soon as the KOTOR remake comes out, and then we can just cut out all the remakes. We can.
But
just
every
chill
other
out.
remake is somebody's KOTOR. You know, you can't just say that.
Yeah, but not every game is KOTOR, dog. I don't care if it's somebody's KOTOR, dude. You know what I mean?
No,
Let's
I
just
agree.
be realists here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, what if they were like, we're gonna remake Jade Empire?
That would be fucking sick.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying.
But I would rather them make a Jade Empire 2. I think that would be even better. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no remakes. That's what
No
I'm saying.
remakes. Amen, Chris. Amen, Aaron. I just almost called him Alan because his name is Alonzi Jonesy on something. It's just like Alan. That's your new name, Aaron. No, I'm just kidding. It goes Iggy, Alonzi, Alan.
All right, and
Sorry.
The last question, we've got DL Shiver here. He says, "Anyone play Far Cry 6 yet? What's the general consensus?" That's
Brent
another
played it.
one I've been ranting about all episode. I played it. I'm liking it a lot, but I have several issues with it that I feel could have been solved with maybe an
Easily.
extra month or two of development
Yeah,
time.
and don't put a health thing. What is it? What'd you say? It was like a health.
A health bar on the
health
enemies.
bar.
I'm telling you, it's weird because it's like it's just they feel like bullet sponges now. Whereas in the last game, it was almost like a realistic, like you shoot them.
Which they should have known because that was a problem for what was that game? Wolfenstein. The
Youngblood.
Youngblood.
Yeah,
Like that was a huge issue.
This is the same exact problem that Youngblood had. Like Youngblood, it's that.
It's the same thing.
It's the
so
same
it's like,
issue.
how did they see this? How did they know that? And then
What
they
really
do it.
pisses me off is they did it in Far Cry New Dawn, and I'm thinking, okay, this is like a one-off thing. You know, this is just a fun, quirky thing we're doing for New Dawn. Like, nope, this is just Far Cry now. Like, fucking, I don't know.
It's
Anyways.
a far cry from any Far Cry I've ever played.
Yeah.
No, but anyways, so we're gonna thank you guys for asking these awesome questions. There was a lot of questions this week. Thank you so much. It was great. But we're gonna round out the show now with
Bong, 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 bong.
wow, that was actually like just like tonally and like on key. That was perfect.
Thanks,
You
man.
did that like amazingly.
This is my Who Wants to Be a Millionaire challenge. I unfortunately don't get to tell Devin that he was correct last week. Apparently, last week I thought that one of the questions was one that the contestant had used his lifeline to phone his father and tell them that he won. Apparently, the question that I read
was not that question.
No, the question did use a phone a friend lifeline, but it was not that specific instance. Devin was correct. It was a different question. So I wanted to tell him, but he is not here.
Yeah, so we'll never tell him. If he doesn't listen to this episode, he'll never know.
Yeah, he'll just go his whole life thinking I was full of shit, which I was. Anyways, moving on.
Okay.
We've got questions here that I've ripped from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, the classic TV show.
No Googling.
No Googling here. These are all questions that were the $1 million question at one point, which means that at one point, were you to answer this question, you would win Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and the $1 million grand prize that comes with it.
Okay.
So we're moving right along.
Well, I mean, granted that you answered every other question correctly and you got to this one.
But at this stage, were you being asked this question?
Yeah. Okay.
It would be, you know, you would never see this question had you not successfully, you know. So at this point, all that's between you and the $1 million is this question.
I dropped this question. I got it. I got it this week. I feel it. I feel it in my fingertips for some reason. I don't know if that's something I should go get checked out, but I feel it there.
All right. Believe in yourself here. Which of the following pieces of currency was the first to use the motto, "In God We Trust"? Was it A, the nickel, B, the $1 bill, C, the 2-cent piece, or D, the $5 bill?
What the fuck? All right, I'm going to say the $5 bill.
The $5. I'm sorry, I was supposed to ask if it was
you didn't even ask if it was my final
I'm
question.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm a bad Who Wants to Be a Millionaire host. The correct answer is C, the 2-cent piece.
So egregious.
I know. All right, are you ready for another question?
Yeah.
An even harder question?
Oh, Chris had the 2 cents.
Oh, shit. Chris had it, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. No Googling, Chris.
Yeah, no good.
No, that was way too fast to be Googled. Good job, Chris.
Yeah.
So Chris would be a millionaire. You would be broke, sad, leaving homeless. No, probably not homeless. You just
don't you get like $250 or something?
I'm sure
you lose it all.
No, yeah, you lose it all if you lose, because you have the option at different intervals during Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You have the choice to walk away
with a certain
with
amount.
your money. Yeah,
yeah.
And I think you might even have the chance like not answer the question and leave with an X amount of money.
That's what it is. Yeah.
So like,
Regis.
You know. Eat your heart out, Regis.
He said, "I don't Google."
Dang,
I like that, dude.
I love that. All right. Get ready,
one.
Chris. We're gonna give Chris. I'm gonna ask you if it's your final answer and stuff, so Chris has time to answer the question too.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Before the American colonies switched to the Gregorian calendar, on what date did their new year start? Is it A, March 25th, B, July 1st, C, September 25th, or D, December 1st? I can reread the question if you want.
It's D.
D. Is that your final answer?
God, that's obviously not the answer. But
let's let Chris answer.
Yeah, Chris, what do you got?
All right, Chris says C. Is that your final answer, Jamel?
What was C again?
C is September 25th. You want me to read I can read through the whole thing again.
I'm just going to trust Chris for some reason. Like, it's just like, I don't know why. Like, no, you know what? Fuck.
Go with your heart. What are you feeling?
My heart says D.
D? All right. So Chris has chosen C. Jamel has chosen D. The answer is A, March 27th.
What?
I'm sorry, Chris and Jamel.
So does he have to give his $1 million back? Or does he get to keep $1 million? And he had the potential to win $2 million. No, I don't know why. I thought the Gregorian. No, okay, I know why. I know why I thought that. Okay, because the Gregorian calendar or whatever was off, like because of, or not the Gregorian, but the calendar before the calendar that we're on now was off, so that every year it would like move forward a day for some reason. Some weird shit like that. That's why I thought it was only a day off. Or like, wait, you said it was December
1st.
Yeah,
so that would be like a whole
That's
month
a whole
off,
month.
But
I thought it was like one day, and then, like my head was like, this is it. This is the one. I thought I had
I like your like logical, process of elimination there.
I'm just dumb though. So like that's why it didn't work out. But yeah, okay. Cool. Chris, you got $1 million though, at least.
No, he did.
No, he got $1 million.
Oh, he got the first $1 million.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's $1 million for sure.
That's all you
Rich,
need technically,
rich, balling
right?
over there.
Anyways, well, thanks so much,
Yeah,
guys.
thanks for stopping in, everybody in the chat.
Everybody who was in the chat, everybody who asked questions, thank you. And thank you specifically to Chris for being here.
Great having you around.
You should be here next week. Hang with us next week. We do this every Monday at 7:50 p.m. Central Time. So whatever your time is in New York, put that to the Central Time. So remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms. So like if you're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever, it's going to be there Wednesday morning as an audio format. But you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast, Facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast, and YouTube.com/CreateForSanity every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to submit any of the questions you want us to read on the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group, which is the one that I just gave. And then check out our video content on YouTube.com. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle AlJafferJamel, where I be talking a lot of stuff. And Brent at Brent Has One, that's the number one. And and Devin, the guy who just completely ditched us. No, I'm just kidding. At Devondrius, on Twitter. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners,